practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own hidden.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing. We want you to smoke the natural herb. Some call it marijuana, some call it sensimedia, some call it lamb's bread, and some people call it ganja.
Welcome to another edition of the Adam Dunn Show. I'm your host, Adam Dunn, and I have a full house. Beyond a full house. There's people rolling in left and right.
Not the Full House with Lori Loughlin. The
Not
real
that,
Full House.
no, exactly. Not that full house.
That would be jail.
Jail. You'd be going to jail. Yeah.
Jail.
Exactly. In the house is right here to my left, your right. Or your middle, I should say.
I'm trying to look at it. It would be the middle.
The kid is here.
He's the peanut butter.
Good, too,
Whoa.
man.
Fucking
You guys
A.
are stepping it up.
You're
It
freaking
looks
you're
good.
impressed.
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I'm
you
impressed.
didn't even know how.
I really am impressed. This looks
right on, man.
It's much
really
tighter.
nice, man.
It's much
Yeah,
tighter than when
yeah.
you were here. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
You might have to have a new sponsor in it.
It's a real show now.
Oh, here we go. See, they're rolling. You need to talk to the man down at the end. He's in charge now of all sponsorships and all that shit because,
All right, so
look
back pay for producer for
Oh,
4 years.
Get out.
Is how many sponsorships?
It's
Get
1
out.
gram of live rosin.
Think of the damage you did to the fucking brand, dude. I mean, I could take you to court. And
This is
just
nice,
like watch any show. Look at the kid. He's the pitch levels are everywhere. You were in control of the sound, and anytime we had a problem, it would go onto your record.
Yeah.
That record is long, my friend. You can ask anybody in our chat how much
People
better.
still complain about it.
Oh my God! They're
We
like,
still
complain
get
about-
YouTube content.
Wait, complain about what?
You can't adjust your levels?
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God!
See, I can't hear myself now. What
I
did
spent
do?
too much time
Turn my
smoking
mic
weed
down
and
too
arguing
much?
with
Well,
Mitch.
our problem was that Mitch and
Turn
I
me
were
up.
opposites, and that's what made it a big problem. Because I was real quiet and he was real loud, and then he kind of got really close to the mic and made it all.
And then Bike came on and he hated me.
Oh, it was great. Those are the best dynamics ever. Now we have Dave, who's I'm still getting hate mail for Dave.
Don't hate me. Love me. I'm a lover.
I'm
Do
getting
you live in Boulder? Is that why you go 14 all the time? Yeah.
I walked into 14er, I want to say in 2010,
Nice.
and a kid behind the counter says, "You should try this strain, The Truth." That was it. That's
Fire.
you just have to try that once, and
Fire.
then I supported them so much through the years. They wound up. My son is a grower there now,
Nice.
and I walked in one day, and they put my face on a can of weed.
Oh yeah. Dude, their stuff's terpy. You know what I mean? They have good strains. They got the legitimate genetics. It's nice. I like the 14.
There you go. And this is all just coinkydink, right? This
Yeah,
is
I
a
didn't even
full
know he was
coinkydink.
bringing that.
No, I don't smoke that garbage. Come on, get out of here. But in general, the kid goes and spends his hard-earned money
Only a 14er.
at only. See,
Like, I won't
that
even
is
lie.
testimony to itself. That is better than any advertisement.
I used to
That's
do
just
Be
reality.
Well, right? But their grows slacked, so they're picking up weed from like Veritas and Verde and stuff. If I wanted to buy Verde weed, I'd just
Go to Verde.
buy Verde weed. But
We love Verde.
yeah,
14er only
and the
sells
prices
their own.
fucking on point.
Let's throw Verde in there too. If we're going for that free advertisement, well, let's do it. Verde.
Oh, I can't make it look
solid.
like I'm talking shit on Verde. I'll get called a narc, so I gotta.
Are you a narc now?
No, I'm not.
You
That-
are though.
that's fine.
Kind
Did you
of.
just graduate? Can I see your badge?
I heard you were a narc at one point.
Yeah, it's okay.
Do you
Everyone,
remember?
everyone hears things.
Who hasn't been a narc in the end? Like,
Wait, if you're a cop,
a
you have to
narc.
tell us right now,
You're a
right?
narc.
Are you a
It's
cop?
entrapment. It's
Yeah,
entrapment.
right. Are
I'm
you a
not.
cop?
I'm not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Do you have a
you're
badge?
total 21 Jump Street. Look at this kid.
Are you-
The
are-
kid is like so 21 Jump Street.
He's Johnny Depp?
Not actually. I didn't say that, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
I'm the
you could
new
put him
one.
in high school and they would believe it because he'd shave it all.
Yeah, I could. If I shave and cut my hair, yeah, for sure.
What about the
Yeah.
ink, though?
I look like I'm fucking.
No, you got
I used to
tattoo.
think I could
Oh,
do
I guess
that, but I know I
18-year-olds
can't
have
now.
tattoos now.
And nowadays, man, all the like the young 16-year-olds, as long as they go with their. Hold on, I gotta
Yes,
get up and give this motherfucker
shout out to
a
Russ.
hug.
Oh Jesus! Don't think you're gonna get up every 5 seconds during
Holy
the show.
shit, hey,
Russ
holy
Rob in the
shit.
house. Shout out.
Look at all these people walking in here.
Hey, I didn't mention we have Mr. Cassis is in the house. Chris Cassis.
And if we had somebody on the camera, he would be getting a shot of this
Source
warm
Genetics.
embrace right here.
We've got. I know you didn't get no warm embrace.
No.
We've got We got more people coming through. Well, we
Everybody.
got obviously Tommy from Fish Shit's coming through.
was
I hope.
trying to get the,
Tommy just
Nice.
landed. I'll say there you go. Boom,
trying to
boom,
get
boom.
Chrome and,
He'll be here.
and
We'll
Cornbread
be
in here.
on when it happens.
Yeah, it's
But
perfect.
you
Tommy
know how
just
they don't
landed.
like the controversy of shows, right?
Who?
Just Chrome and Cornbread, right? They're kind of off the radar usually. So.
Oh, you invited him.
Yeah, just to see if they can get in, but I think they're still setting up the booth there tomorrow.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, so Indo Expo in town. That's why everybody's obviously kind of stirred up. People rolling in from everywhere. 2, if you're listening, you know you need to call in at some point. So anytime you want to call in and join, because obviously most people were tuning in to hear what 2 had to say. I would think after listening to him before, because he's got a whole new angle. He's coming at it from a total new angle. Well, not really his same angle over again, but you know nothing about it, so you'll be
No.
like, what the fuck is going on?
More people will make fun of me saying Dave looks completely clueless, which is just fine.
100%.
Yeah.
And
But I can't see what you're
Dave's
saying
not here,
because,
man.
Dave's
because
not here.
Mark hasn't started the scrolling chat. We're still on pause. You know, because
I don't know.
you know what's so funny?
We don't know what's going on.
For the first few months of coming by, all I saw Mark is just smiles and he's happy all the time and he keeps it together.
Yeah.
And then when the shit goes, man, he puts on this laser focus. I'm going to get it done. He doesn't even hear me talking to him right now.
he hates you.
He's trying to tune me out.
He's hating everything.
He's like, I fucking hate you, Dave.
I hate everything.
I'm not gonna lie, I know what it feels like to be in that position right there, and it sucks.
It sucks, right?
Sucks.
Yeah,
He
'cause
can't show how stressed
I'm
he
so
is.
demanding.
So when you're trying to set up in some hotel room in San Bernardino, when they literally look at you and be like, no smoking, and everyone's like, okay, and they leave, and everyone starts smoking, and then you got to set it up, and you got to tear it down, and people leave edibles, and then you end up with that video.
The greatest is when you tell people that your prerequisite is that you need internet, and then like
And
that's
it's
like
smoking
and then
friendly venue.
and that's like the worst thing to like figure out when you're there.
It's
like,
crazy. You would think you're in Jamaica, like third world
Right.
country. Like, wait, I'm sorry, you said you needed internet.
like
That's
the
tough
land
to
of
get.
internet.
Yeah, in the hotel.
We have dial-up, AOL.
Crazy.
I haven't watched that show in a while. That was one of the few that I would go watch again. That particular episode in the hotel when we were doing that, because that episode was
Yeah, it's a good episode.
was literally like ended by the security coming in and going like, what the fuck is going on? And
That
we're
was
like,
the first time I ever saw
yeah.
HCFSE separation with Noel from Nectar's Collective, and he had those little jars with the feed on them, and he was just pouring. Ah, fuck, that shit was so good. Then.
And we had and all the chocolate was medicated, and nobody was really. We had like a chocolate fountain medicated and shit.
And all the little pirate booty
and so everybody was eating it, and it was like 5 hours or 4 hours in, and somebody said, "Is it medicated?" It was like, wait, yeah, of course it is. And they were like, "Oh,
You didn't see the crossbones right on the front of it?
no." And then it was like, but the funny part was when we all came out of the room and realized where we actually were. It was like we were in the center of the hotel in a court connected to a courtyard. So we kind of didn't know it. None of us were taking into consideration that we were right above the check-in desk. Just going but we did the whole show. We did almost 3 hours.
I think the legalization of the industry makes you forget where you are more often than not, because we were at MJ BizCon, I want to say in like 2013 on the top of the Rio, and we didn't realize that when you were on the top of the Rio, you're still in the Rio and it's still a casino. And as soon as we sat down outside, we pulled out these big bags, started to roll a joint, and 5-0 rolls up on us like that. And they got the earpieces in and everything because they could see everything that we're doing. You can't hide anything.
They're looking from overhead.
Yeah.
What? Oh, fucking asshole.
That guy's got 1.5 grams in his pocket right now. Make him take it out.
Yeah.
MJ Biscuit.
We decided a few weeks ago, kid, that it jumped the shark. The
MJ
MJ BizCon might have
Yeah, it did.
just overstayed its welcome.
It did.
Well,
It's
it's MJ BizCon now.
well, it's MJ Biz. Stand outside in the foyer, and you can do all the business you need to do. See everyone you need, and you don't have to walk the exhibit floor.
Then can't we just call it what it is then, which is like a networking meeting and skip all the booths and stupid shit and just have the.
Everyone is there for the parties.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
literally.
what I said.
It's so lame.
If you're doing business, it is not happening at the conference. It's happening outside at the after parties or at the
No,
before
well,
parties. Or
actually, you collect your business cards during the day, so you can remember who to follow up with in the
Speaking
evening.
of, remember when we went there with Medcana, and we sat there at the Medcana booth with the Medcana.
Medcana.
Wow.
Shout out.
Shout out to Med
Are you saying that because you know he's going to be here tonight?
Yeah. I'm trying to get on the good side. He's probably listening now, so I'm trying
He's
to get on
not
his good
listening. He doesn't even have internet
side.
where he
Trying to
is.
get on his good side.
Jan, do you have internet?
He's on the road right now. He was on his way here last night. I know he's around somewhere.
I'm coming.
Make me some coffee. Go
Shout
buy
out.
me a humidifier.
Shout out to Big Dummy.
Buy the rest. Go get me some pots and pans. Because
I need some tin
I
foil.
shared the apartment with him when I was working there. He had this apartment that he was like never at, and it was a dope like skyrise apartment on 6th Street Mall. It was fucking gnarly, and I lived there for like next to nothing. And he would just go buy me this, go buy me that. And he would just give me money to go out and buy him stuff. It was awesome.
He was your sugar daddy?
It sounds like some.
I
It
guess
sounds like-
kind of, yeah.
Wait, so
the
you were
way
his-
that you put it, yes.
You were the wife in that relationship? I see how it is.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
That sounded
I didn't know you
I had
rolled
to
that
put
way,
up with
but
his
that's
snoring
okay.
and shit. So yeah, I guess it kind of like
Yeah.
I was.
Oh, he's on his way over anyway. That's the funniest part.
Why did he hear? Is he
He's
mad?
listening. He's like,
I'm gonna get my kid.
the kid.
Yeah, it was good times. It was awesome. I actually just got rid of the couch from that apartment.
Who
like
was
2
the
years
pitcher?
ago.
Who was the catcher?
None of that took place.
I heard
Baseball that
stories
night.
before I
There
got
was
here.
no baseball.
There was no baseball.
Okay,
No
so
baseball.
kid, roll it in, reel it in, kid.
Okay, I'm back.
Take it back.
Back. Last time we talked, you were doing stuff. Okay, so you basically failed me the first time. Then you failed me. You totally failed me the first time you were supposed to come, right?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Total failure.
The
Ultimate.
surprise guest thing.
Yeah, total. No,
Didn't work
like
out.
he had all these plans. You wanted me to do like I don't put you in a mask. It was
I don't
it was
know,
so
yeah.
complicated, and I'm so glad
It's like the Masked Singer.
Basically, you were ahead of your time. You were before the show. You already figured it out. But no, then the second time was like, in my opinion, a total failure too, because you pretty much ran off to dinner like within 5 minutes. How long
Right.
was he there?
I didn't get to stay.
15
It was
minutes?
like 15 minutes.
15
Yeah,
minutes.
that's an exaggeration.
It's
Go back.
pretty
I bet you I was there for
Go back to the show, watch
45
it.
minutes.
Maybe
Your
30.
Honor,
At the vape shop,
Exhibit
right?
A, Exhibit A. You know there's
Objection.
no. We have this all on record. You know that. You can't. You can say
You do,
however.
you're
long you
aware
want.
we record the show,
It's
right?
actually
Yeah.
recorded.
It
and there's a-
downloads to YouTube.
Yeah. So
and
we can. So
SoundCloud
you can
and-
do. So anybody who wants to
shot
do
for
the.
donations.
Someone go
Pretty
back and
funny.
just go quickly go through. You can just scan right through. You can. There he is.
How
he's
long
gone.
was I on the show for that episode?
17 minutes. I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say I
Oh, wait,
was.
that was
on
my
it.
first. That was my first real official sit-in.
I'm gonna say I
'Cause
was
you-
there for like 32
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, that's
were-
right.
oh.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
his
have
first
witnesses.
Because
official-
you fucked it up, right?
Yeah.
So one of you guys uploaded. It was supposed to be a secret guest, and then all of a sudden
We have a
somebody.
witness, Your Honor. We
Yeah.
have a witness, Your Honor, sitting right here.
Yeah.
So you're.
I was
fucked.
there.
Now
Wait.
You're fucked.
Oh, wait, and I'm totally impartial.
Yeah, see, I was
Yeah.
there for like 32 minutes. I'm gonna say probably a little bit more.
Well, no, that's right. Mom called you to dinner.
Exactly.
I remember now. Mom called you to
Yeah,
dinner.
my wife was
So we
with
got
me. We were there
nowhere.
for her birthday, so I just happened to stop by.
Other people
You're
are
there
guessing
for her
8 minutes. People are guessing 8 minutes. See, there's nobody.
8 minutes.
No, he was on longer than that. It was probably half an hour. I
8
want to
minutes
say.
though. The
Eight's
kid
pretty
hits the
bad.
road was
No
the worst
tobacco,
ever.
right?
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing about why the kid hits the road was the worst show ever. So here's. Okay,
How do you start it off with that? How it was the worst show
because
ever?
they said it right there.
Don't listen to them. You
But
can't
no,
look
here's
at
why.
them.
It's true though.
They're right.
It had the potential to be awesome because we rented out the Dab Slabs RV van and we drove from here to Wilcox Farm in Arizona, which is fucking awesome. Short spot and but
Stuck in
then
the hoodie. That
when-
was the best. I actually laughed harder about him getting stuck in the hoodie
what do you mean stuck in the hoodie?
because you tried to fucking put a thing and you couldn't get it off your face, and it was hilarious.
When did
Yes, you sat there and then just said,
That
fuck
was the
it.
first one.
Yes.
That was the one where you were super loud.
I was on for that one too.
Oh, see?
Yes.
stuck in the hoodie?
Yes.
Oh my God, you can't even
You were
remember?
hiding and you had the YouTube camera pointed.
Oh!
Your face came
The
out, you know.
replacement guest visitor show. I got
That
you.
was the first one.
Yeah, I got
That was
you.
your ultimate failure.
I got that was really bad.
That was
That was unplanned.
It was so good.
I was
it
moving.
was so
my
bad.
wife
it was
was
good.
pregnant.
No, it was so
Crazy.
bad. It was good. So you have to like compress all these episodes
stuffy.
together to understand where the kid's at.
Oh,
Because now he's
it's
an
back.
adult.
Uh-oh, do they like you now?
The
Are
kid,
they
the
back?
kid has a kid.
Kid has a kid.
It's and,
Kid squared.
It's crazy. He's the man though.
So I'm sure he's smarter than you by now. for
Dude,
sure. He must be
so
what,
much
like
smarter than me already.
That's 8 months old or something.
I don't know.
Like, what is it?
I have no idea how
You
old
don't
he
even
is.
know how old your kid is.
Brittany's way nicer to him, so he's doing something right. Right?
Oh,
No, it's been great. Like she's been great, man. She's been awesome throughout the whole thing. So yeah, shout outs to little Roman and Brittany. You know.
To the women who bear our children.
Yeah,
There
the
you
kid's
go.
the grandkid now. I guess is like you say you call him. He's the kid's
It's
kid.
instant grandkid because he's
grandkid.
the kid of the kid. So I just automatically
Well, now you're
you just turn
dad.
into grand. It's a grandkid. He's a grandkid.
No, I'm dad.
Your dad.
So besides that, you've also been doing some, because I don't think we talked about anything. I think you came in and you were like, good, and then you left. And so I think boom, boom.
I told you, you need to start marking in the ship's log when he
That
makes
was
these
probably pretty
sounds so we
accurate,
can run a reel on
Pretty
it.
accurate.
That
You
was
were
pretty
all over the
accurate.
place.
I'll argue the time, but I definitely probably just came in
were
here and muttered a bunch of bullshit.
Useless.
probably pretty.
It's pretty much you were useless. So I wanted to talk to you about your project in Jamaica, obviously, because that sounds like something that pretty much everybody strives to, not for the fucking
Fun stuff.
yeah, just to go and hang out and be
Yeah.
like totally lame.
Yeah.
So did you do that? Was that your style?
So-
like, that seems like whatever would happen to everybody. It's like
So, I mean,
you can't go to
since-
somewhere super cool like that.
Well, but since
and
it's
not fuck it up.
licensed, we still had to do it almost the same way that you would do it here, except they have the right to, and it's federally legal, so you can export there. So we're trying to get everything set up, with GMP compliance. So meaning that as soon as we're ready to go, 6 months in, we're able to take product that we grow in Jamaica and send it to Germany. and other places, right?
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah. Well,
So it's definitely like super fucking restrictive. But granted, it's just such a more relaxed lifestyle. I mean, it makes anyone who hasn't been there, it makes you feel super appreciative for what we have here, like for sure, right? Because you go out there and like there's just dead dogs on the road, like they just and the way they get rid of them is they literally put boxes over them and light the boxes on fire. That's it. That's it. It's fucking crazy. There's no trash companies. There's no like you can just walk around with a joint in your mouth. Regular stores, grocery stores, fucking that's it. It's just normalized.
You get
there.
to smoke grass totally in the open, but you have to light dogs on fire after they die on the
Correct.
streets.
Dude, I mean, it's a third world. Everyone goes to the resorts, and it's not like that. Like, the word Irie doesn't exist. Like, it's not like that. It's a third world fucking country. So trying to get things accomplished is hard. Like, okay, the water main going through the fucking city is 3/4 inch.
Oh, so
3/4 inch. You can't
you
take
can't
any
use
water
the
off that, or
toilet.
you ruin the whole town's water. If you try and put up a greenhouse that has ancillary lighting and you're running even 315s, you're using 3/4 of the town's available electric. The cell phone and digital shit is fucking impossible. Internet is insane, but no,
has AOL come there yet?
it's like Digicel and fuck. There's another provider. Flow are the two like providers that you can get there. But no, it is. People do just kind of hang out and like afterwards, everyone parties. Like Jamaicans just live to party. So like they make their money so that they can go out and then party at the fucking bars.
it's totally different than America.
So fucking
we don't do
loud.
that.
None of us. Oh, we haven't figured that one out.
Yeah.
We
Dude,
earn
yo,
and
they
save,
fucking
earn and save.
Party.
No,
Earn
no,
and save.
no, but they do. I mean,
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, and then again, like everyone thinks it's like a beach and all. Like no one even. I think I saw the beach.
It's not
like
a beach?
Not really. Like
Isn't it a jungle or a beach
yeah, like
jungle?
if you're in like we're in like Westmoreland, so it's like 20 minutes. Sav Lamar is like 20 minutes west of Negril, which is like the main tourist area, right? So you could drive 20 minutes down one road and you're at the fucking beach. But where we're at is like inland. It's fucking jungle. Yeah, it's like the swamp. There's nothing. There's no hotels. You stay out there.
What's like how high up are you? Is it a little bit up?
No, it's sea level. So
How high?
there's certain areas where you're driving and you're a little above sea level, and then you drive and you're a little bit below sea level. But like it's a small enough town where they knew that like I was one of 3 white people that were there at that time. You know what I mean? Like that's that small, but it's fucking massive. The respect that you get there if you try and help them as opposed to take their shit. That's the
course.
biggest thing.
Spend
That's
some
the number
money.
one rule. That's the number one rule.
That's it.
That's the whole thing about doing any kind of business there too. Though, is obviously you have to have the right connections there locally, which is the most important.
51% Jamaican owned, or you can't get a license.
And you, the money that you're making there, you just pretty much know it's going to stay there. There's no point of even trying to like
Nope.
make real money there because
Nope.
at the end of the day, no one's going to appreciate that fact because they'll be like, wait a minute, what does that do for us? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's the problem is like a lot of Canadian companies down there. There's a lot of guys that are just all they're going to do is export.
Almost all Canadian, actually. Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, you're like, I don't know, that's not going to make them very happy. Like, I think
doesn't.
if you can work with the locals in any way, shape, or form, that's the best.
You have to
way.
work with the locals, but
Yeah.
this is just an end around to legislation that restricts them from selling it where they are right now.
Right.
You got to sort of open up a satellite office someplace that has export licensing. And
Right.
the way international law works, if you can export and a country can export, then you can import there too. So
Right, and you just need to have an employee affiliate in that country or whatever. But the toughest part about Jamaica, hands down, was the operational cost to do anything. It was, because you have to pay. Like Jamaicans don't pay taxes, like they're supposed to, but they don't, and there's no one to enforce that. And then the like tourism and the hotels and all that stuff, they pay regular taxes. So they just pay their taxes, and that's people are like,
keeps
that's
the
great.
economy going.
They don't pay anything extra just because they know that the regular people don't pay their taxes, which they should be. They should be taxed higher, all these resorts and stuff that are ruining the Jamaican landscape. But the way they make their money is importation taxes. So if you're trying to buy an extraction machine, like for example, I have an ETS, like full-sized ETS over there, and then we also have like a HAL booth, like an extraction booth, a Class 1, Division 1 explosion-proof booth.
Oh, nice.
And just we built our lab the same I would build it over here, but everything costs twice as much because they tax you. They go online, and that's the worst part.
100%.
Yeah, they don't go off of your invoice. So let's say a HAL booth is $75,000 or $60,000 or whatever, but I'm able to get a 10% discount and I pay X. They go online and find the price, and then that's what they tax you to be able to get the thing in. So
So they just create fake websites with inflated charges so that they can increase your taxes?
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So
That's great.
You can't do anything if you want to import a work truck and it's a $50,000 work truck. It's a $100,000 car. It's crazy.
But
So
I
it's
mean,
tough.
well, listen, I said this for the longest time. If you don't pay taxes from the industry you're in, you will have no protection in the government officials that make the rules, and thus you're going to be legislated out of your business.
Right.
You got to pay taxes. Look what's happening in medical here in Colorado. You can't, if you have a medical license, you can't expand your license. You have a rec license, build out all you want. Why? Because one is 8.5%, the other's 35%. So that's it. Even our beloved 14er is more than likely going to get forced into having to roll up their medical grow into a rec grow like every other Colorado company because they want their money. I mean, it's a money grab.
I mean, and it's just hard to convince people there to pay money to. I mean, like it's not like the roads are getting fixed. It's not like things are being upgraded with these taxes, right? So like, there's like for example, there's squatting is pretty much how people acquire land there. I mean, if there's a plot of land that somebody might own 100 acres of, that guy could you could just start building a house there, and as long as that nobody comes for 7 years or whatever, you own that piece of property now. That's it. So that's how a lot of
Adam
properties
Dunn Show
built
Studio.
there. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's how we're gonna get it.
That's it. New
so
studio.
it's interesting, and then importing things like butane, like specialty gases, like
my
lab
God.
grade, like N-butane that has no scent to it. They're like, oh man, like you're gonna blow up the whole island. It's like, why? Just because I can't smell it? You have to get specialty import permits for all this shit. It's fucking crazy. They're just like, they'll sell butane. Like, oh, can't you just extract with scented gas? Like, there's like, you can. Yeah, you can. Like, well, no, you can't. No, you really can't. So you have to get this imported. And they're like, well, that's a $1,500, container of N-butane.
Wait, it wasn't just a yes or no question? You couldn't just go no and they listened to you and they changed?
No, because they're trying to do. They want to do it. They have
course.
the Canadian backers putting money up, right? And then they'll have the Jamaicans saying, well, let's do it this way. So it's a little bit back and forth, but it's tough. But yeah, it's an interesting operation down there. That's for sure. Yeah.
Well,
Crazy.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
a third world.
It's interesting to see how the Caribbean's open it up, though, because it's like it's going to be the same story, every island, into higher and lower degrees depending on the import situation. Some places will probably be easier if they're American island or British island. It's everything must be so extra complicated there for lab stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's it. They're sending labs out. There aren't any certified testing labs down there yet, so you'd have to export it all out to Canada.
So wait, you have to grow it down there and export it for testing?
Yeah, there's no operational testing labs down there yet.
Business idea. There's a niche. Big
Oh, yeah,
dummy.
right. Yeah,
Get down there.
MTI is going to learn how to use the fucking HPLC.
Man.
You know how to use a chromograph?
What are we doing?
We're going down there. We're
You
opening
just
up
teach
a
me how to
lab.
do it once.
Big dummy knows how to do it. Well, I don't like calling him that. Jan knows how to do
You
it.
can't say that.
Huh?
You can't say that.
Yeah, we really
Yeah,
don't say
ooh,
that.
you
He'll
know.
really get upset. We're
Oh, I
just
can't
kidding.
use his name? Oh,
You just use his name in vain, bro. I don't know. He could come in here and just
he's
take
going
over
to
the
be
whole.
all pissed off. He doesn't have internet in his car, so I know. Well, maybe
he
he
has his
does.
phone. I mean, he could.
He knows
be.
how to use his phone?
I don't know. It has been
Jan,
known.
if you're pissed off, I mean, big dummy, if you're pissed off,
Oh,
fucking.
now you just
All right, so
double down.
you want to hear a funny story?
Okay,
So
so the Jamaica thing is you have
Christ.
you guys are selling direct to consumers.
I'm using
there,
my
but-
carta.
yeah, we have
Vertical?
dispensaries and
You have a
stuff too.
vertical?
Yeah,
Where's Matt?
How many dispensaries?
We have one that went up right there in Savlamar at Big Bridge, where where the grow is. They're finishing building the facility in the grill, and then they have one opening up in Kingston. So they'll do the first three, and then they'll start to do like Ocho Rios, Montego Bay, all that stuff. But they're just, dude, it's small. You essentially just stock 2 days worth of product, and it's literally like a front building You come in, you talk to someone on a Skype, they give you a medical card, and then you walk over to the facility. You smell a couple jars. There's a hole in the wall behind them.
It's so Jamaica style. That
No,
sounds
but
awesome.
it's all tracking. It's just like
Yeah.
you'd walk in and think it's an American dispensary, but it's just small. They just drop your product in and you hit a bag and out. You're fucking in and out. But it's quick and it's pretty cool. I mean, especially because
Hole in the wall sounded like the best part. See, that's the thing. I wish that places like that were here. Wish that we just like go like, we have really good weed. You see, you go to that door right there.
Yeah,
Boop, boop, boop,
yeah.
boop. It feels so much more authentic, and I think we'd appreciate it more than having all this fucking like just because now we got our phones, we can pretty much figure out what we want. And the whole idea of smell and everything. As a guy on both sides of the fence, it's like people complain when you put weed out that they can smell. And here in Colorado, for instance, you open it up 10 times and the shit doesn't smell the same as it did the first time you opened it up. So you kind of lose. So it's like, nah, if the first guy walks in and goes, holy shit, that's great. And then like by the 10th guy, it's like, meh, and it's like, that's because the shit's been open all day.
He's reaching down.
Or they're all
crunching
grabbing
buds.
it. Or they're all grabbing it. And then it gets even
well,
worse.
and to be fair, it's not like the weed out there yet is the best anyway. At least not in the shops. Like you'll still get better weed from like Orange Hill and like up in the mountains than you will from the dispensaries. But they're getting there. But it's Canadian growers that are putting in their practices, which is tough. And then they're trying to use Jamaican mud to grow in as dirt and things like that, and it's tough. So I mean, it's not like they're growing the best weed yet, even at dispensaries.
Well, I mean, it's interesting too because Jamaica, obviously, it's like again the place you land, and you're like before you've even landed, all you're thinking about is weed, right? Like,
yeah,
where's
right away.
As you're landing, you're like that's your one moment in chance.
Jamaican TSA
look
starts
around real
offering you
quick,
weed.
scan real quick. I think I saw a plant in that yard, like
Everywhere.
And then at the end of the day, when you're there, you're like, damn, this is not so good. Like most of the time, because actually it's the same as here. If you came in here as a tourist and went to every dispensary there is and bought weed straight out without knowing where you're going, your chances of finding good weed in Colorado is pretty low.
Slim.
Like, I mean, there's only, you tell people where to go, they're like, oh, dude, I've been here for a week and I'm so glad you told me to go. And you're like,
I went to live well.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, hey, let's not bash.
Hey, no bashing,
No
bro.
bashing.
Oh,
We love everybody
Wait, do
in
they
the
still
industry.
exist for real?
Yes.
They were sponsoring the show, bro.
Yeah.
You just fucked my whole sponsorship.
Yeah,
up.
man, I was
Definitely
about
not a sponsor of the show. I know that
no.
much.
You know what, though? It's interesting, though. They serve a much different niche in the marketplace, okay? You understand.
Soccer
we
moms that
live in the
don't know
United
it.
States,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
People,
need something.
It's pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much your thing. Soccer moms and fucking people who heard they have a super duper cheap.
always
specialist.
bashing the big guy.
Put the legal weed in the scandal bag, the black bag.
Oh, I'm going to get ripped on this.
No, yeah, like the trash bags.
You want to jump on, Chris? Chris, you want to come in? Chris, you ready? Whenever ready, you got a seat here for you. If you
The
feel
black
like
scandal bags.
if you feel like jumping on for 5 minutes.
Oh, 5? Are you sure? 5 minutes is going to do it?
Move over, Rover. Let Jimmy take over.
Move over, Rover. Let you. No, you
Here,
can still sit
we
there.
can just swap seats.
No, there's a seat right over
No, we have another
And we
mic
have a
right
mic. I
here.
have
that
4
one
mics.
active?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, jump over here.
Let me know if I need to
They
move.
said they heard you were coming.
Yeah.
They heard-
Oh, look, we
they
do a
heard-
standing show?
They actually heard.
Standing room only.
I saw in the chat that they said the guy who created all the land races was in the house, and I was like, "Holy shit! How did they know? I can't believe it."
Because it went out on Instagram or
This is
something
it.
like
They
that.
knew that you were here. The man who actually made
Somebody was tweeting it.
it's here number.
Number 2.
Let's see.
Watch my Michael go
That good
down.
now?
No, that was number 3.
Was it? No,
Yeah.
that left one is something else.
No, it counts 1. Oh, no, it's 1 on this side. 2, 3, 4.
You get. Oh yeah, you get yourself. Crank it up, bro.
That's me.
Welcome to
Welcome,
the
welcome.
welcome to the hot seat.
I
bro.
listen to my TV on 100 because that's all it goes to. I still can't hear it.
Neighbors love you.
Oh, yeah, right. Listening to everything
I
on
live
100.
on 20 acres now. I don't have any neighbors.
that's
Thank
all-
God.
That's
Cows
nice.
and chickens. Roosters.
No,
No?
we eat those.
No? Oh, you grow them and eat them, or you just eat them?
We just eat them.
Okay.
We don't invite them over.
No, you don't. You don't give them a name.
No,
No.
That's fucked up, man.
Well, look at that.
That's.
Slick on the air right there.
Did you like that?
Yeah,
you like
I
that?
did.
Nobody could see it from there though. They didn't see the catch.
I want to start a whole movement that good weed need not be ever put in these plastic bags that have such a
Well,
scent.
let me just say real quick that this is probably the first time you've ever seen A, my weed, and B, plastic bags with my weed in it.
No. I think there's
This
a niche
doesn't
market
happen. This
for,
doesn't fucking happen ever, dude.
Well, you know, we've seen you with glass today, so we know exactly why. It's probably better you had it in these things, because
gets dropped.
before we even saw Chris this morning, we kind of heard, or this afternoon, we hear a glass break, like, psh, at the door. We're like, oh, shit. And we come out, and it's like, yep, there he is.
No, I'm from the Midwest now, so it was,
From the Midwest now.
oh.
Oopsie. I broke it.
You got a grinder, or do we got it?
No, you
Colorado,
use
you
your
don't need-
hand.
you shouldn't need grinder.
It's dry already.
In Colorado, you just look at it like,
Exactly.
Where's the
However,
gun?
it's been out too
What are
long.
you, kid? Are you posting to Instagram right now during the show? Yeah. A live Insta? Live tweets? Insta?
That's why we call him the kid. Only the kid would get up and do a live Instagram.
Don't at
tweet
me.
I thought
while
he's the
on show.
dad now.
He's the kidad.
Kid dad?
Kidad. He's on his
Dad kid?
dad. Kidad, I'd say.
Dad kid. Kidad.
so what's the
You don't have to combine everything. You can't just use 2 words.
I'm just lazy like that.
Oh my God, that is that's fire right there. I'm getting a whiff of that right now.
Hulk angry from Ethos flowering now. Doc goes out the window.
Really?
Dig it.
So you're here for the show, I assume. Kinda. I mean, you knew people would be around, so just hanging out. Or
Yeah, I just need a place to stay.
I thought we were squatting. I thought we were going to let you stay.
I thought that was the rule. You said what comes in the
room. yeah.
studio stays in the studio, and I was like, that works perfect 'cause I ain't got a place to go.
Well, and you have your suitcase with you, so anybody who's coming through the studio and you want to just
Smoke some good
adopt
weed.
This guy, he's got good weed for.
Yeah.
Like I'd say, he'd be good for about a day and a half, and then after that, he may want to hit
Yeah.
the road because
I'm rolling up some bubble gas right now, uncirculated OG to pure Thai face off OG number 4.
Pure Thai face.
So you had a whole bunch of this Thai face-off sort of crosses, right? Though most of the stuff was that.
Yeah, I have a full line out right now. It's 17 different strains. Almost all of them are from my catalogs back in time. All hit to a pure Thai face-off male that I selected out of a cross that Archive did. Fletch from Archive, shout out, fucking cool ass motherfucker forever, dude. I met that kid when he was fucking 16 years old, fucking hide from chicks so he could grow fucking weed, man. And,
Hiding from chicks so he could grow fucking weed?
chicks are fucking evil when it comes to marijuana, bro.
That's right, you can't let him know.
Really?
Uh-oh.
You're losing. You're
You
losing.
just offended a whole bunch of the audience.
You offended like 1% of my
Where?
studio audience.
More than 1%.
Ain't none of these
think
dudes,
we have more than
ain't none of
1%
these dudes
women
get pussy anyways. How can I offend dudes that talk about weed by talking about pussy?
Yeah.
It don't make no sense. Diamonds,
I
guys,
don't know.
diamonms.
The last 4
Sauce.
episodes have all been on origin
Sauce, are you guys
stories
back yet? Do I have you back? Sauce.
of genetics and
Gelato. Gelato. Purple punch.
Cookies.
Gelato.
Funny.
Yeah. No.
Keywords. You're hitting all the keywords.
So what's the topic today? What's the topic today?
It's just a big fucking
Politics.
Shit show. All the
Indo Expo
Yeah.
It's the Indo Expo pre-show.
2020
That's right.
pre-show.
What are you looking for? What are
You want
for?
that puff go?
Yes, please. Or the.
Oh, you want it? No. You got to use it at the cart because
No, use the cart.
Matt from
Yeah.
Focus V Products is here. Come on in
Matthew
a
Riot,
minute.
there is no
And,
dogs going out the window here.
Yeah.
That's not happening. We don't do that.
No, huh? Yeah.
All right.
Someone says, get that Gaylord guy off the show.
What? Who?
Is
which
that
one?
me?
Yeah, it's him for sure. Yeah.
Yo,
Pretty-
what is?
Pretty
They can-
pretty homophobic there, buddy.
That says message.
Message
They
retracted.
can retract their
We
messages
seen it.
now.
We seen it.
Yep.
We seen it.
Eh.
PG. Homophobic.
Oh yeah, we're having a moment here.
No.
Moderators?
Moderators.
We don't need no
no,
stinking
no.
moderators. Why you're out ready to you shutting someone down?
If someone gets a rulie, they'll block them.
Where's the rolling papers?
Are you ready? You want to be moderator?
ready.
That'd be the best job ever. Oh, I threw him off.
The weed in my
Feed a little
sandwich
bit.
bag is better than any weed in any jar
Can
that
you
you
get my
have,
papers back
buddy.
from her?
I'll put that up
Papers that I
anytime,
gave to her. Can you grab them?
any
for me?
day.
I got
Any
papers right here.
Oh, okay, good. Papers.
For tips.
What you got? What you got? Oh, good.
Elements. You want a big raw?
Yeah, big roller.
You need, go big or go home. Let me have my little elements back then.
Who is this guy?
Someone just said Sage Against the Machine.
Yeah. That's the Dunn Loud collab we did.
Uh-oh.
The Dunn Loud. So with the so what he was calling gym shoes, and then we renamed Bomb Sack for the GMO.
Is Telly really
Save
fucking
yourself.
texting when you're standing across from us?
Who, him?
Get out of the texting. What are you doing? Turn the camera on him. Shame him. Shame him. Shame that man.
He's
He's
As
not
man,
even
I'm
in
a
the room.
wrench. He's modding the chat now.
Yeah.
Are you? Are
He's
you
a chat
moderate?
mod.
Are you a mod?
Yeah.
Nice. I think D-Money
Telly's like 8 of the people in the chat.
We'll have no one left in like
No,
a
wait,
week.
look,
He'd be
there are a
he'll-
lot of people
He'll
in
have
there.
eliminated everybody.
They're all Telly.
You pissed me off. You're out.
Anyone who talks about Roscoe gets banned.
Really? Oh shit. So no subject. No, not really. Subject is kind of like based on who's here, and it looks like we got everybody in sort of every different level. We got
How many people are in there right now, MTI?
6,000.
the evolution of the cannabis shows.
165.
165.
Nice.
Really?
Well, I mean,
pretty good.
I would say there's a burnout factor right now going on though with a lot of the shows. So it's like you has to.
I'm actually super quiet.
Are you answering
You are super
people in-
kawaii. He's just talking. He's just straight on the chat. He's.
I bred Hawaii.
Yeah, just go right to the chat. You're
Yeah.
going to get a straight up answer.
I bred Hawaii.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Hawaii comes from me.
you don't
No, the whole-
surf, do you?
you're-
Oh shit. I
All
see
land
now.
races. All land races come from you. That was the point that we started the whole show on. So, tell us about that. Starting all those land races back in the millennial. No, in general, we got.
Are you saying land races or are you saying land racist?
No, yeah. That's good. That's a great strain
Wow.
name. Great strain name.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Easy
good.
does it.
See, you're
That's actually you can look it up. That's one of my hashtags.
isn't nice.
Search it.
Search it now. Oh, the kid. I mean, anybody who's going to do it, it's going to be the kid.
Kids on it.
Hashtag land racist.
Hashtag Instagram.
It's like,
Land races.
So we were talking about this tie face-off. I guess mail that you have right now. How many weeks we talking about?
hey, Jacob Smith. Hey, brah.
Are you?
Oh, the
Not
show
that.
just went off the rails.
It is. I know. I knew it. I knew it
You
happened.
totally lost
I knew
it.
Chris. That's why I want to get
Bring it
Chris
back.
in
Mark,
early.
reel us back
Get
in,
him in
man.
early.
Come on.
Get him out. Get him in. Get him out. You know what I mean? Like,
Who is this? At the new guy. Who
what?
is this? Jagged, the thing from Jagged. Who is this?
What
Who's
new
the
guy? We have a lot
I
of new
don't know.
guys. We have a lot of new
That's
guys.
what I'm asking. Is it in the
Dave.
No.
Yeah, you're the new guy.
I am the new guy, but I'm not a genetics new guy.
So the pure tie face off. Since you ask,
Yeah,
is
Well, we were talking about pure tie face off.
we were at the beginning.
it's not like some people think it's like a really long flowering, 15, 20 weeks sativa dominant, and it's not. It's the longest thing that I found came out of the ChemD Tom Hill Hayes pure tie face off, the curry face, and we had one go 13 weeks. But I mean, it's like smoking electricity. You know what I mean?
Right, and the crinkle in the background is Adam attempting to roll a joint right now.
Oh yeah, I didn't even hear that.
If anybody wanted to know, it's not like the studio's on fire or something like that. It's
not.
It's just
It's nothing new. If it ain't a torch, it's rolling a joint. It's all good.
when Mark will bring out Noisy Cricket.
I didn't do it. I didn't bring nothing with it.
You didn't bring Noisy Cricket with you?
I'm a lazy guy today.
Oh man, and there's an Evan Shore banger in the
It's
house
not-
tonight, which I enjoyed.
It's
seeing.
Root Brother.
Yeah.
Root Brother.
Root brother? What?
I got a little bit. I got a few packs on me.
Oh, yeah, genetic. Well, what genetics did you bring with you? Because people are coming to the Indo Expo tomorrow, and maybe they'll
I have
want to hook up.
That's why I'm here. You know?
What do you got,
I'm
Mr.
all
the Kid?
I'm all the Stanley brothers at once.
You're Stanley?
I wove the web that Charlotte actually lived on.
Okay.
So there's that.
She's a hell of a spider.
Where's fucking Toon right now? We need him to kind of just completely throw us off the rails.
Yeah.
Two, call in.
Stu will be in here in a little bit, and he'll
Put our call-in
confirm that
number
I
on the
stole
thing.
it from him.
Put the call-in number up. 720-310-8237 if you forgot somehow. 720
Hell yeah.
310-8237.
If you
There go. Boom.
if you
Thanks.
post some pictures of that Root Brother when you grow it and tag me in it, I can tell you what vino you're running. There's a super dank vanilla cream soda pheno. They're just like gnarly. Comes in like 9 weeks. Makes super fucking dank hash. I really like that one. It's like the whole gamut of like sweet, like over sweet, syrupy sweet. There's like really, really sweet soda flavors that come out of that root beer line.
Is it sweet?
How sweet is it?
Is it sweet? Sounds sweet.
Is it Swisher sweet?
No.
What? They sell Swisher sweets everywhere now.
Is that sweet?
Yeah, that's sweet. Grapey kind of sweet almost.
Grape sweet.
Grapey?
Kind of.
I don't get grape out of that.
No? Okay. Well,
No?
like a grape on the exhale. I got a little bit of grape.
On the exhale.
What, Jacob Smith? What claims are you talking about? What do you want to know?
He's staring at the chat.
I want to talk to the checker.
All right.
He says I got some serious claims. I made him fucking all, bro.
All right, let's
What
have
do
an
you wanna know
interactive
about?
show. It's gone. Ask your questions. So they'll be answered in real time.
Chris,
But we're talking at the same time.
did we introduce you
Come back
properly, or
here.
we didn't? Did we?
I don't
not?
think we did.
No.
People are asking who he is.
Who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Do you want to?
Do we use your real
We
name?
never know who you are. Sometimes you're.
It's fucking 2020, dude.
They know.
Fucking
Everybody
please know
knows.
who I am, dude. If they're looking, they ain't found shit.
Who is Mr. Casas? Tell us a little bit.
OG Cushman, the Source Genetics. Fucking
That's it. Source Genetics.
been doing
I did.
this.
I introduced Source Genetics, but I didn't.
Been
introduce
doing this
OG
my
Cushman.
whole life,
I said
kiddos.
Chris.
You're responsible for OG Kush. Look at that.
No,
No,
he's
sir.
not.
No, sir.
Don't,
No, sir.
he's all land races.
I only make
Only
fake
way-
claims.
Oh,
I only make fake claims,
okay.
and I back the fake claims up.
All right. You back up the fake claims with truth?
Kid, what are you doing on the show now? Is this the new kid show?
This
where
is
you-
the new, bro.
where you
This
just
is the
can't-
It's
new.
like Sasquatch. You just stand still
You
and
feel
says
threatened.
nothing.
You feel threatened getting near that?
Yeah, get
mic?
in here.
Say
Well,
something.
no, I was talking already. Now this is his turn to
It's not.
talk
It's-
about what
it's
he's
inter-
here
it's-
for.
it's
This is an
actually-
interactive
it's
show.
four
It's a
I'm just here
panel.
to hang out
It's
and
a
smoke
panel.
weed,
Oh,
man. You know?
God.
Yes.
Jeez.
Well, it's like the panel that Adam moderated at the Emerald Cup.
Yeah, that was a great one.
wait a second.
No, that was.
Actually, he made that panel.
Mike, shout out to Mike.
It's
Exotic
not.
Mike.
It's not Dad's root beer or A&W. It's
goodness.
Hires.
The amount of panels that he didn't make. Like I had there's literally so many times at Cups where we'd get all this free shit from High Times. They'd allow us to advertise this and that and be like, yeah, but you and Mitch have to be on the panel. Okay, great, that's fine. And they're sitting there. I'm like, dude, we guys have to be on the panel in an hour. We got to go. You got to be on a panel in 45 minutes. We got to go. You got to be on a panel in 20 minutes. We got to go. Dude, your panel started 10 minutes ago. We are fucked. And there's so many times that they've just missed.
That has never happened.
Okay.
These are all lies.
I just
This is-
fabricated this.
Yes.
Totally made that
obviously.
up.
Obviously.
Get off the mic, kid. Never
Get
mind. Shut
off.
the
Yeah.
fuck up.
All right, now you need to get off the mic, man. Exactly. You've overstayed your time by that one.
Don't get off.
Kid is terrible. But you went from the West Coast to the fucking Michigan, how many years ago? A couple years ago? 3, 2, 3?
I've been up in Michigan for almost 2 years now.
Nice.
Almost 2 years.
And that's like
It's
the
a-
opposite move of 90+% of the people out there in the world because
Yeah, man. Everybody moved to California and get in the industry.
Well,
Why
even,
wouldn't you
even
move to
before that,
California?
even before the
Wait,
industry,
no,
just in
no.
general, it was always
Everybody
like,
should
yeah.
move to California.
But it's always been like that.
But don't you live in Michigan?
Guy's name's I Love
Yes.
Crystal Meth. Oh,
What, they hating on you?
he wants to see Dave replace the kid. Oh, he wants to see Dave replaced.
Yeah,
Bosh.
but
I
he wants
can't
you.
read.
You know, you
I was gonna say I was just about to.
That's a vote for you to come
Say, I
back.
was gonna
Oh, they
say
want you
shouts to
back.
Matt Ryan.
Well, no,
Yes.
here's a perfect opportunity for you to announce the
I'll
show
never
that you're never
forget.
going to do. Are you going to do the show?
I know.
or what?
I can't. Look, I want to do a show.
We'll talk about it. Tell us.
It fucking sucks. I don't really have.
We
the
already
time,
missed.
as
We
lame as
missed
that
out on the
sounds.
first one. That was a perfect show. We already had a great show lined up.
Thanks, Matt.
Straight ahead.
I still remember the first time I met Matt too. Was at like the first ADSI.
That's Poison OG, Poison OG S1 that's coming up in front of the camera right now. I made those in like 2006.
The seeds, not the weed.
Nice.
The seeds.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, see through. Look at that.
this will be worked into a line that'll be available in about another
So
year,
green.
year and a half.
Some of it's so green. Some of it's so green it goes to green screen and then it goes. Looks like it's going through.
Nice.
It's pretty dope. That was dope.
Dig it.
And it's in a fucking plastic bag.
Oh, God. It's not real weed then.
Yeah.
I broke my glass jar at the front door on the way in. I'm just smoked a fucking fatty of 95-day GMO Pure Thai Face Off, and before that we smoked a fatty of Poison OG, and I haven't slept in like 48 hours.
Yeah, and we've been hearing genetic stories for the past 45 minutes, which have been sick.
Yeah, which is even more tiring.
He used them up. He used
They
up.
just
He,
say it's 420 in
he used up his
California
little
right now?
story. He had all these stories spurting
is.
out. Now he's fading. Fading.
And if anybody wants to know the lineage of pretty much any piece of genetics out there, you can put it up on the chat room. He'll know the answer to
Looks
it.
fake. What does that
Go
even
back
mean?
6 gen.
What does fake weed look like?
It is fake. It's the stuff they used to use on television in the 80s.
Totally fake.
You know?
There's not even weed in this baggie. It's all Wizard smoke.
Wizard
It was
smoke.
purchased out of the back of High Times magazine in 1998 for $24.99 a quarter.
They kind of
pound.
stopped doing that, didn't they? That whole phase of the fake weed.
Do you guys
ads,
have a
I haven't
fucking green man suit?
I don't see those anymore. Those are gone.
How do you have a green screen and not have a green man suit?
We had the mask at Feedworks, right?
You can make so many fun things happen with a green man suit with a green screen.
With you,
Well, it's
would
funny.
be an extra fun.
The first day we had the
Actually, I have one at home. I do have one.
first day we had the green screen. We had a guy come in with a bright green shirt, and then he was like half missing.
That was Aaron. Shout out to Aaron. Yeah, Aaron Zeman came in with his
So
floating head.
the Thai Face Off.
You have to say the question out loud, because if somebody is listening to this and doesn't see the chat room, they don't know what it is.
Okay.
What does the
so
Thai Face Off?
For the first question, we'll go to what's the story behind the Thai. The Thai means a lot to me. It's a deep story. So my oldest brother passed away in 2007, and he was one of the first medical marijuana patients in Oregon medical marijuana program. He passed away from AIDS and liver cancer, and the Thai was one of the last things he grew before he passed away. And also the cherry AK was one of the last things. Nebu's cherry AK was one of the last things that he grew before he passed away. And it's one of the last things I got from him, that I still have from him. And always, like I said, always a shout out to Fletch from Archive, man. That kid's as solid as they come. But I passed that cut to Fletch in 2006, and he's kept it going. You know, I've caught some cases. I've been fucking raided. I've been robbed. But Fletch has always kept that cut for me and always had it for me. And around, I think, 2009, he took the face-off mail that he had made, and he hit that to the Pure Thai cut, and those seeds are what the Pure Thai face-off mail came out of that I selected for. And it really adds, it leans a lot towards the Thai. The only time you'll see a lot of face-off influence in it is in the F2 that I selected towards that end. The Thai is just standard old school Thai. It's got this like fruity, like gassy, grassy, like, you know, if your parents smoked fucking weed when you were a kid in the 80s and 70s, you know, you remember the smell right away. You know, it's like, holy shit, it's like a blast from the past. Like, you know, it's just
And
something else.
everybody gets scared when they hear the word Thai because they think like right away like 50-foot plants and they're gonna take 18 weeks, and so
Yeah, man. This is nothing like that.
that's good.
Nothing like that.
And there was all different types of plants too.
The way I combined selected for what I wanted to do on both sides of the menu. You know, one of the sides leans towards, you know, the traditional indica description, shorter, faster, broadleaf drug cultivar. Then the other side that I selected towards, obviously, the narrow leaf, you know, cultivar, you know, a little bit longer running, but, you know, it's pretty, there is amazing variation in it. But it's just different, man, you know? It's just, people are so bottlenecked these days, going down the same streets with the same strains, doing the same shit, expecting to get the next big thing out of the same old thing, you know what I mean? And I've always done my own thing, and this is part of that, you know, sticking to my own fucking lane, dude. This is just, this line right here is like 3 generations, you know, deep, you know, 3 releases deep. You know, everybody wants to copycat everybody these days. Everybody wants to make what everybody else is making. If you want to get on board and even try to fucking consider that, I hope you bought seeds from me 5 years ago. You know what I mean? It's just the way shit works, you know. I stick way in the fuck to my own lane. I think this line is a great representation of that fact.
I think that's the way that you can kind of start to, I mean, if you're really doing it for the right reasons, you're breeding and you're going forward with things and you're moving generational and you're in your own zone and you kind of know what's going around you within those things. And like you said, you'll have stuff from 2006. I have stuff from when I first moved here, so about 2009, like the first runs. And I was just looking at it the other day and I was like, I probably should run with the. I haven't even tried these fucking things. Like I went through. I picked out the ones I knew.
Twist this up and light it and see what you think. I made these in 2006 to 2007, and this is just.
Well, the thing is,
you make so many things for yourself because people like me, Fletcher, Caleb from CSI, Shabud from fucking 707 Seed Bank. These are people that, in my mind, have been doing this forever and really fucking care about these genetics, and
Well, yeah, they become personal at that point. And
we make things for our heads first because we know what we like and we know it's fucking dank, And
yeah.
I know this stuff. You'll like it because I like it, and I've been smoking this, doing this shit my whole life, dude. That's how I live.
And that was the funny part about when I went to Holland when I first moved there. I realized that all the guys that were breeding, none of them smoked weed. They all smoked hash and they all rolled tobacco. And you're like, all right, well, there's no way these guys are knowing what they're fucking doing if they're not tasting it. You know what I mean? So that was kind of like the obvious way of just moving forward. Is you're like, getting the effect. The effect is one thing, but the guys, even when they did smoke it, they'd mix it with tobacco. So you're like, all right, really, like haze, I could get it because it's really strong. And they couldn't handle it anyway. But in general, they do it with everything. And it was kind of like, well, this is easy. You just smoke everything and go, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Oh, this is good. that was it. Oh, that was the R&D. You know what I mean? That's how things, and that's pretty much how most of it works anyway. And if you have a good sort of center, and that's the thing is obviously you like to smoke weed, you like, probably, are consistent with your intakes where you're not doing it like,
This dude's fucking stoned, dude. Stop smoking my weed. What the fuck are you talking about,
dude? Exactly. No, but in general, you're a fucking, you're like what
Indo
we consider
Expo 2020 pre-show.
An expert
Indo
in your own
Expo
weed.
2020.
That's it. No, but you become like, and the thing is, you figure out people. After a while, like with Soma and stuff, he used to buy weed off of Soma in Eugene, Oregon, back before he went to fucking Amsterdam.
1992.
And so and I right away said to him, oh, the Soma aroma, right? Because it's like everything has a certain tinge, and you get used to it. You either like it or you don't. And some people love it, some people just like don't like it. And that's just kind of, I think, well, each breeder, if they're into their own thing and they kind of in their own lane, like you were saying, then you kind of figure them out. If they're just doing what everybody else is doing, then you don't really know. You never. There's no face there. There's no fucking real side. So basically,
I know what you're talking about. Mean Gene from Mendocino, Jackson, fucking master breeder in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
When he sees a picture of my weed, he said that's Cassis weed.
Right.
It's
got your fingerprints on it. I mean, you learn. We were talking earlier, that Northern California tinge. And Adam's been giving me shit for months. I long for that terpene profile that says that piney Northern California Humboldt outdoor. Where is it? Bring it back. I'll buy it all day long. I want it. But you remember that from your childhood. It's what you grew up smoking. Childhood, young adulthood.
Childhood on this show is childhood.
Yeah, right.
We're all like 11, 12. It's still like I look at my fucking 7-year-old and I'm like, wait a minute, I was smoking weed like 4 years after this point in his life. I'm like, holy fuck!
11?
No, but what if
Did I do the math right?
And what if that happens though? Like, what are you gonna?
I mean, the kids are growing up so fast these days. It's like, holy shit, he may be like that too. But he'll be kind of. I think they're gonna be like.
I can't believe he's 7.
I think everybody skips shit too. I think he's gonna be like, that's lame, dude. That's all. My dad's been doing that my whole life. Who cares? Like, he's not
Old news. Dad
He's
does
not
it.
even excited. But he's into gardening though, and I'm teaching him that. That's
It's
the
like
whole thing. So
2020. We have all the fucking information in the world in a little box in your hand. Instead, you
Here
used
it
to
is.
argue with people, look at
Here it
pictures of naked
is.
people.
This is the man behind the curtain, man. This is the Google wizard. You can do anything you want. We're making us all dumb. Making us all dumb.
So what's your plans for the show? Just cruise around? Were you sitting with anybody? Hanging with somebody?
What's that?
You gonna be hanging at any certain spot of the show? If people go to the Indo?
I'm gonna probably hang out at the Seeds Here Now booth for a little bit.
SeedsHereNow.com.
I don't really have a bunch of plans. Probably just walk around and hang out. I got a couple orders to drop off, and then
They're coming back.
yeah, I'll be around.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Exhibit.
It's the first of the shut the fuck up, Dave. for
Yeah,
you,
it's not.
you
It's,
know,
like,
it-
it's like when a band when you book a band, you just can't talk about the band until you sign the check.
you
'Cause
gotta-
it's like you didn't book the band
man.
yet, and once they find out that you talked about it, like dude,
No,
like,
you
word
gotta
out.
you gotta hype it up, man. You gotta talk about it. Get everybody going. Look, there's
So,
people here.
Deals, bro. Deals.
To answer your question,
Well, what's the
You'll be at the
question?
Seeds Here Now booth. Hanging
Seeds
out.
Here Now will be carrying them as of tomorrow.
Nice.
Neptune Seed Bank carries Source Genetics. Artisan Seed Shop carries Source Genetics.
I like those guys.
Speakeasy Seed Bank carries Source Genetics. Neptune UK carries Source Genetics. Manchester Seed Bank UK carries Source Genetics. And there's
Basically, no. So you're saying like
everybody.
nobody,
several social
nobody
clubs that you
carries
can
them.
get them in Barcelona if you're in
Treasure?
Spain looking for some bank.
Can you get them at Treasure?
No.
Oh,
No.
But have you been to Treasury yet?
No,
Oh, well, you're going this.
Yeah.
You're going this year, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, Tresor, yeah. My
Petey's
language.
place.
Yeah,
yeah.
Tresor BCN as well.
Yes.
Shout out.
There we go. See?
All right, so you got first shout out, bro. You see, you did I usually fuck it up.
What the fuck am I talking about? I need to put my weed down.
Yeah. No, that's good weed.
Light in the right end?
Getting
I am
right
struggling a
to
little
it.
bit.
You struggling?
A little bit. I'm like, my
Adam's,
fingers are all
Adam's
sticky.
dabbing filters
No,
over
my fingers
here
are all
and shit?
sticky, and it was all fucking complicated. and I was
Can
like,
I ask
"Ah."
something really quickly? Because I
course.
feel like I remember seeing an advertisement for it. Was there just a Colorado Cannabis Cup?
Yes, there was. It was like a.
It was 15 minutes long.
I don't know what made me think about that. I'm thinking of like the old days. I'm like, wait, is
15
there
minutes
just a
long.
fucking-
Everybody won
Yes.
first.
Yeah.
How did that
No
even-
last place.
How did that even happen?
They-
Like, seriously,
I
did
think I
people
planned
attend
it
it
on
and
a.
stuff?
I think I just lost my mind.
Was there a lot of people there?
No, there were not.
We have a live person who was there.
It was
Kelly.
it was at the Gothic Theater. It was decently packed, but it was a lot of the people that entered because Gothic really
But
isn't.
wasn't
Could
it
you
like
smoke it?
announced
You
the
can't smoke
day
and stuff.
beforehand, and or like a week or two
I
beforehand,
think
and
they announced it it was only a couple weeks.
Could
Yeah.
you smoke in the Gothic? Did they let you smoke in there? No, right?
No,
So
there was
yeah,
no
so
smoking
weird.
anywhere around there. Like outside,
Weird.
they were all over it because it's a high times event. So
Your state's where
less
they're still
smoking than a
kicking.
normal
That's
concert at the
ridiculous.
Gothic.
Yeah.
What kind of slur do you like your breeder to speak with?
Oh, you're getting down. Don't read the chat. It's like the first curse is if you start reading it and you're like, no, down that rabbit hole. You can read them,
Yeah,
but you
it
just
was,
don't want to get stuck in there.
yeah, because
It was
because then I
cool.
see my
We-
hater,
we
and I
saw
don't want to
some of
look
the
at my
Everyone
hater.
hates
but it
Dave.
was-
Everyone hates. That'll be our new episode.
I only have
These are
one
important
hater.
questions.
No, two now.
I have two haters now. Jesus Christ! Don't you guys
Yes.
gonna start a Facebook club?
Yes.
All right.
The angrier you get, the worse they're gonna hate you.
I don't get angry.
Does
I
Adam
don't
Dunn
care.
show have a booth at the expo?
Not officially. I asked for one. They didn't give me one. I might get one on Sunday. I might want to have one on the second day.
It's nice.
If there's a no show or somebody bails, I'll just slip in there like a.
Just like Adam
Poison
does.
OG, poison
That's how
OG.
Adam does.
Like the wind.
That's how Adam. Well, the thing is, I'm moderating and a bunch of panels, so I feel like the 20 people on the list isn't okay, I guess.
Wait, you're moderating a bunch of panels. Do you have the times and the places where you actually need to be?
No. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I actually met all the guys.
I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but somebody just said they don't know what Night Train or Mad Dog 2020
Oh
is.
shit!
What?
What the fuck?
Come on now.
What kind of childhood did you have?
Mad Dog 2020.
You just outed yourself. What are you, like 15?
What's
The
Mad
only
Dog
one of Mad Dog
2020?
2020.
Or maybe they're from another country. We
You
have
don't know
people all
Mad-
over the world.
I was gonna say, I thought you were
They
asking.
got Mad Dog 2020
Yeah.
all over the world.
I don't know that they do. I don't think so. I think if you went into France and you were like, "Hello, I'm
Mad
Mad
Dog.
Dog 2020,"
Yeah.
they'd be all,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? They were showing
Oh, you need shitty wine.
yeah.
Oh, you want some shitty wine?
The blue one is the only one that you could drink. All the rest of them taste like fucking cough syrup,
No.
which I guess is the thing now, right? So
Australia?
Is that where he's from?
Condolences, man. I hope you guys are doing okay down there, man. That's fucked up.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
Stay safe, brother.
Is that the guy that you dissed there? So now you're dissing Australia on the show? What's going on?
what?
What's going
Where
on?
did you get that from?
I don't know. So the kid, he's back.
I'm so stuffy right now.
Oh gosh.
I
Did we
basically
share a
have-
joint?
You're wasting the
I'm
mic.
not sick.
You're wasting
It's
the
just
mic.
like the dryness of the
Oh,
air. 'cause
sure.
it's
We've
so
got the-
fucking
we've got the
humid.
Famous last words. I'm not
Stars.
sick.
So my lips are getting all chapped.
Should we
It's so
give-
humid in Pennsylvania.
Should we give you a 10-minute break? Let you go chill out for a second? Because I know how you are. You're all like, you want to. I know you probably haven't texted anybody in what?
We'll
3
bring
minutes?
on Matt from
You could
Carta
just
to talk
politely
about
be like,
Focus
Matt
V.
from Carta,
That's fine.
exactly.
I could take a break. You just
Give Matt your headset here.
Oh, great!
Come
Don't
on
tell
in
me I
here,
sound
Matt.
stuffy. I can't have that.
Kid
Are you okay? He might have a cold. You might be sharing
This
the
whole
mic
sh-
and
I think
everything
I have
with
that.
him.
I was in
The kid just
Hunan,
started a
China
book
yesterday.
flu.
I just flew in from Hunan, and I was thinking like, well, maybe
Wuhan.
Or Wuhan. Sorry, I don't know. I forget where I went. Wuhan. Yeah.
So this is Matt from Focus V Products. They make this Carta right here, which I've been digging on for the last few weeks. It's I was gonna use the P word, but it's not a.
Oh, we can
It's
talk.
you
about
know
it,
it's
I
it's
guess.
sort of in
We're
the
neutral.
Puffco line. I don't know what you guys call them, portable electronic dab
oh.
rigs.
Portable dab rigs, yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Come closer to the mic.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
my bad, yeah.
It's okay.
So, I mean, I'm not here to trash Puffco in any way.
No, he uses a
I
Puffco
use it.
down there.
I got one right
That was
here.
an interesting line to start out with. Let him have it.
The thing is, listen,
Kick everything off the table and say, "This is
Yeah.
Carta."
Now that's a good
You
one.
have,
I like
you
that.
have a
That
new
was-
representative right
Yeah, I
there.
like
you
that,
could
I
play
like
the
that.
part. You could play the part, dude. That would be it. That's
Straight
wow.
out of 300, just
This
like
is
that.
a green box, but
It's
it
either
looks
me or you.
black on the.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool.
No, it's see-through. It's
That's the
see-through.
limited drop, that black
It's
box.
see-through.
Yeah.
It's
That's
see-through.
dope. The green one looks awesome.
But yeah, you just
you
dropped
saw
the green
one?
Yeah.
So it's actually not even out yet. It'll be in our warehouse in LA in like 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have like 1,000 units of the emerald, and then I don't know if you guys saw the crimson one that dropped like 2 months ago. I have a picture of it. But anyway, we're gonna have a bunch of units of those as well. Unfortunately, I can't promise any, but you reach out to me, and this was the crimson one.
We'll
right
reach out and beg.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's a sick
here. I don't
one
know if
right
you can
there.
see that there, but
I'm sure you could pull it up on. There's an Instagram photo of it.
yeah, if you bring up our Instagram, and this is the emerald that's coming out.
You got to get it close to one of the cameras for at least 20 seconds there for Mark to. No, I have no idea.
No, nobody knows.
No.
Yeah.
I know they're beautiful. It was when they started a little social media thing saying we have an announcement next week. We have an announcement on the
With like a mysterious blanket.
yeah. What
like,
is it going to
does that
be? And
mean,
everybody
right?
started writing in. What is it going to be? What is it going to be? And it was that nice bright green one, which is sick. Very
Yeah,
sick.
we're pretty excited about all the limited drops. We're gonna try to drop a new color every 3 to 4 months. We've recently taken over all of the design and the support. So anybody who has atomizer issues, I'm sure you're out there. Bear with us.
No
But
way. You think they have somebody out there with an atomizer issue?
Listen, we just put out the Everlast.
Yeah,
atomizer.
tell us about that one because is that going to
That
start
was where
shipping
we
in the
wanted-
box?
that's
It's
we
gonna.
wanted
They're
to-
all gonna be. It's gonna be the same price, and it's gonna include the Everlast atomizer. And it's the Everlast. The difference is there's gonna be a 6-month warranty on that one. So if you have people who are dabbing all day long, and people ask me all the time, they're like, "How long do these atomizers work?" And I'm like, "How often do you dab?" You know what I mean? Some people dab all day long. Some people take a couple a day. You know what I mean? So that's going to be dependent. Do they clean their atomizer every time they use it? Probably not. So
hard.
luckily, this 6-month warranty on the atomizer is definitely going to hook up.
Well, this
a
is
lot of
probably
people
the
up.
all-day long crew, so we'd be definitely needing the
You're going to need some Everlast.
The
that's
Everlast.
For sure, for sure.
They're users.
yeah.
They're users and abusers, right?
Well, it's I'd love for you to go through a whole set up a video on the cleaning of everything. Like, what can you take apart? What can't you take apart? I almost wanted to pull that ring off to clean underneath it, but I said, you know what? Hold on. Let me write to someone and ask, should I pull that ring off? Like, no, don't do that. You'll break that shit.
Yeah, we've
So-
had a guy actually try to bang this with a hammer. I don't know if that was you guys here.
That wasn't
What?
us.
Come on.
No.
What the hell would do that? The
I
kid,
don't-
did you do that? kid,
You banged it with a hammer?
That's what's going on in the halls outside there. That's what the rumors that
Yeah.
are going around. So I don't know if that's true or not, but
No.
we put these out not to have hammers smashed.
No,
on
you
them.
don't bang them on it. It's not. No. You treat it with
So
gentle.
I actually tore out. I took out. I put a new atomizer in here today, and then right before I did it, I was thinking I could probably clean this thing and fix it. And I went to turn it, and I just like pulled out the 2 cables, and I was like, yeah, it was pretty stuck in there. I'd have to say.
Yeah, I mean, the things I do want to go over with you guys, like the main differences, and I'm sure you've used both the Peak and the Carta, but the first thing is that you can actually vape both concentrate and flower out of this. So this is the concentrate atomizer right here. You've swapped this out for a dry herb atomizer. They sell for $30 retail. Same thing with this glass right here. This is $30 retail. Also, if somebody breaks this, you can obviously get another one very easily from a number of shops out here. The next thing is there's replaceable rechargeable batteries. So your Peak, you got to plug it into the wall, and then you're stuck with that charge for the rest of the day. If you have a couple of these charged up, you can go snowboarding, camping, you can go on a mountain, wherever you want to go, and this thing's not going to die on you.
I have a second set of batteries too, charged all the time.
That's a good bonus.
So people tend to value that. I mean, I do move a lot of vaporizers, not just the Carta, handheld. Shout out X-Vape. I do like those guys.
X-Vape, free shout out.
Yeah, so...
you have to send us one now, X-Vapes.
Keep shouting out more. How many more companies?
How many more?
These guys,
You know it's an Adam Dunn Show rule. If you say it out loud, they have to send us one.
Yeah.
You did know the rule. Anything that walks in the studio stays in the studio, right?
So I got to leave this here,
Yeah,
right?
we have that rule. It's
I like when people tell me the rules after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't read it on the door outside?
See that big piece
Kid
of
was
paper?
supposed to explain it to you before you
Write
walked
it on
in.
the wall real quick.
You
Right
can
it.
control that from your phone too, can't you?
Yeah,
What?
so we didn't even get
the
into
kid-
that yet.
How do you know that you're millennial?
Because I know about this thing, man. That's all.
Oh,
Just
yeah?
drop it.
But
Watch
it didn't
this.
work on my iPhone for some reason.
So listen, like I said, we kind of just took over all the distribution of this in the past couple months, and I have step-by-step instructions that I can show you guys for setting up the app. It's in the App Store now. There's just a very specific way you have to get in there, and then yes, you can actually customize the exact temperature up to 900 degrees that you want.
It's a little hot.
And you can also set well up to.
Yeah.
And listen, you can also set different custom controls right here. So you could have one that's set to 850 and one set to 750, and then you can kind of just jump back and
Carter's
forth.
melt still beams.
Yeah.
What happened to, and I only know this because
That mic's not on.
Hey, what's going on? Kid can't use a mic. He's too young. Look at him. Oh, you have
He's
a
a
kid.
dad now.
I know.
I remember when these first started coming out on Instagram, there was like
Instagram.
one dude that was advertising these, and then now we don't see him anymore.
It's a great product.
What happened to that guy? Did
I
he-
don't know at what point you're talking about. Like, I don't know if this was the summer or what point it was.
Right
at.
when the very initial release came out, and there was like some guy from Vegas that was primarily advertising on the Focus V, just like teaching everybody the steps and all that good stuff, and then he just went away.
Vegas
I
has
just
a high
didn't know
turnover
why.
He
rate.
went away.
Yeah,
No.
that's-
What I
that's
can tell
all
you
good.
is he's no
No,
longer with the
kid's
company. is what I can
lost.
tell you.
Vegas has a
Yeah.
high turnover rate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's probably dead. He's
I have
probably
no idea.
buried.
That's
He's
what I
probably
was curious
buried in the,
Yeah.
in the desert.
He's in the
somewhere.
desert in a hole.
He's desert. Yeah, for sure. He's desert.
Yeah, no.
He lives at the Motel 6
Good answer.
outside of town.
He's at the Artisan.
I would say vultures.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, so I've used both, and every time I gotta say I won't talk poorly, but I prefer the Carta for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome
Golf
to hear.
clap.
And
Golf clap.
Yay.
And I'm not just saying that because you're standing there, because I would definitely
Yeah,
say
you
I
are.
prefer the Peak if I thought it was better. And I'm not that the Peak is not a good device, but
the battery thing is awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
That
huge.
alone
And honestly,
kills it
the-
because you only need a couple dabs sometimes just
that
to make
the
whole
Peak
thing
just
work.
doesn't get hot enough for me after a couple. If I charge it first thing in the morning. My first dab that I use with the Peak is great. The temperature's great, especially whether I set it to the red or white setting. I prefer the white setting. It's great. And then after two hits, it's like I got to do like sesh mode like 6 times on the thing.
Oh
to get,
man, life is rough. Dude.
it's tough. man.
This is some
No,
serious
but
fucking.
when you do
white
that
boy
with the
shit
Carta,
right
it
here.
heats up real quick,
My
and you
life
get the
sucks.
full hit. But what I liked about it, like the hit I just took, right? It was a lower temp at first, so you still got the good flavor of the hash that was in there. But then it finished off. It didn't just like die off and sit at the same temperature. It finished off, gave me a nice hit at the end. I didn't feel like I wasted my concentrate, but it didn't burn it inside of the atomizer either. So I mean, I prefer that to that when it just simply when it comes to effectiveness of consuming the concentrate.
Well, we need to stop
Well, it holds
talking
more
about
water.
the.
It holds more water. I like that
Yeah.
because that's one thing with this thing. It's like you're literally just like you put a little smidge of water. There was just, I mean, you have to have that water vapor.
You guys can't see inside the studio, but these guys are all like scratching their necks and talking about taking a dab right now. Now they're all fucking going after it.
Well, you talk about the water though, but that I again, I'm not trying to ding anybody.
Yeah.
What you like.
No, I'm saying
Every
so.
time you load me a dab on that,
Yeah.
I get water in my mouth.
Oh, cause
You know.
you sucking too hard over
You
here.
do it on purpose.
I don't do it on purpose. I'm just saying I get water in my mouth. I don't. Yeah, no.
I don't know.
So here, you know this one, right?
We're gonna make sure.
that's what I mean. I don't.
So
The one thing I do know is
turns
one thing
it
I do
on.
know is that my Puffco breaks down every time I really need it. That's all.
And I like
like
it
the
on the
moment I
number two
really I
setting.
can't. I'll be like, yeah. Oh, it's not working. What the fuck?
Do you have the
might
flower
like
one
it
on you?
On 3.
I mean, my
But I mean,
my
I don't
roommate
know.
has a Puffco, and I never hit it. Partly because it's the power applied to, like, it doesn't apply enough power, and then you get this really long, drawn out, like half oxidized dab. That if you're someone who likes, a dab at the proper temperature, where you're not burning your dab. It's not a glowy or anything. You're gonna sorry. You're some, like with a Puffco, it's just even on the hottest temperatures, I can never get a hit, and then by the end of it, it's sort of burnt and like really oxidized. Where I've always been about, I'm like, my nail, like a nail at a right temperature where I can effectively vaporize it quick, but at the right temp.
Yeah, it's like sublimation. compared
Everybody's
to-
listening to you like this guy's a fucking weed addict. What the fuck are you? What
He's
are
a
you
Jedi
talking
Knight.
about, Telly?
He speaks the gospel.
My bad.
kidding me?
That wasn't Telly. That was the guy that's in the studio.
Yeah, it's just someone who we brought on mic. See, that was a good, right? I mean, it hits that hits like a champ. There we go.
What's the retail on those things, and what's the MSRP or whatever?
That's another thing too. There's a big difference.
Yeah, so the MSRP is $250, so you're coming in at over $100 cheaper than the Puffco in your shops. So, listen, again, I'm not here to trash anything. I think they just had a chance with Carta to look at the Puffco. What are the negatives of this? How do we fix it? How do we make it better? And how do we bring it in at a more affordable price point for consumers?
And anyone
Look,
who
everybody's
thinks that that's not
walking
gonna
with dabs
happen-
right now. This is fucking awesome.
Oh, see, yeah.
Anyone who thinks that's not going to happen is crazy. I mean, it's not like they were going to be the only person to do this forever. They had to know coming out of the bat. We got
Is it propane?
4 months, 5 months, and honestly, they're lucky that you guys didn't put it out like sooner. Like you're, because I think that a product like this, I'm surprised that you guys were only like the second one, if you will, to come out, and it took you significantly longer. And again, I think the better product speaks for that. But I'm surprised they didn't get hit in fucking 4 months. Done. Somebody else come out with the same thing. And the fact that people say, oh, well, Carter copied off of the Peak.
Shout out to Ann Mang.
I just don't get.
It's like,
But
what
that
is
doesn't
Pepsi?
matter.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's like
What is Pepsi to
capitalism? This is
Coca-Cola?
America.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I mean,
all
this
you
is
did was
happening.
made a product that kind of sort of took what was out already, changed up the things that weren't working. You have a product. They have an opportunity right now to change in their next design. Maybe they come out with batteries. Maybe they'll have one that has more water in it or doesn't get water in your mouth. Whatever. There's room in the
Dave
marketplace for
edition.
two
Doesn't get water.
companies. You know.
Of course,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, listen, there's McDonald's, there's Burger King, there's Wendy's. They're all doing a similar thing. They have subtle differences. Everyone's going to tell you which one's the best and which one's the worst, and that's going to happen with these two. But I try to.
Whose food I no longer eat? Just saying.
Which
What,
one?
Taco Bell?
Puffco? You
all
don't eat
of them.
Puffco's food?
No, they
You don't eat the Puffco burrito?
I always used to get shit for it, but I do not eat fast food anymore.
Good for you.
Oh, the kid. He all grown up now. See that?
Oh, yeah.
I knew it. I knew
He,
it.
vegan Adam Dunn rubbed off on him.
No, I'm not vegan. Qualitarian, I tell people all the time. Eat quality food.
So we need to get the
Flexitarian.
done deal on the Carta so that
I
if
have
somebody
it.
goes to the website, they write the done deal in on a promo code or something like that and get a little discount. We'll start really
Yeah,
talking
absolutely.
about
And
the
we
wonders.
can create those for retail customers. And if you guys have shops who you know or shop owners who are looking for wholesale, we can help hook that up too. So you guys just let me know what you need, and we can obviously get those codes made.
Cool.
So I tried to get my guys at 14er to carry and set up a wholesale contract with you guys, and I went online and I filled out the info, and then we had a sit down, and it just in general, they're going to stick to the weed business. Every time they take in something electronic, there's always one bozo that ties up some bud tender for 40 minutes because they broke it and they're pissed off, and they don't want to send it back to Carta. You're right. So we would love to get the Dunn deal going where they can just go online, buy it from you guys, and then we'd never have to worry about somebody saying, hey, that thing broke, and fix it for us.
Listen, and we just took over all the customer service for this product too. So, one of the complaints I was hearing from shops is they call Puffco and they don't get answers quick enough. So, I don't know how true that is.
We're going to have the Puffco guy come down
again,
here.
I'm not here bashing Puffco for the third time. But listen, we're trying to alleviate those.
You can imagine, like, it's funny because Keith, who just rolled in, the bro, he has a literal graveyard of these. I mean, he showed a photo online where it was like 6 of those just sitting on the side of his bed. He's like, I got a graveyard over here. Like, just smokes so much, so fast, like just all day, every day. And he freaked, oh man, you shouldn't put 3 grams in at a time. He did every mistake possible, but at the same time, he's one guy. So there's
it's like any electronic device. Like, if you use the hell out of it, you're probably going to wear it out. But I'll say, I don't burn it white or red. I do blue, and mine's fine. But
and you clean it every time.
My roommate blasted his, and they replaced it. Like, he had a new replacement in no time. So I mean, look, here's what I will say though. We were at the Live Resin Project booth at the Emerald Cup, and they had a fleet of these things. And they were awesome, and the nice part about it was that when one died, you could just grab some other batteries and keep going. You didn't have to.
Careful,
I
don't know if that's.
Don't have the kid around.
Sturdy.
If you didn't have the kid around, the kid may break it though. He's only got.
Yeah, they had them for people to use.
Children, this is kid approved, kid tested. The kid doesn't break it.
Well, there's a guy that makes Carta videos on. He calls himself the Old Stoner, and he went through one. It was really fun watching him use it, talking to people, and seeing how.
Here's a question: do you guys have different, do you have ceramic atomizer or cord atomizer? Are there different atomizers you can use for extracts?
If you want to grab that right behind you right there. Oh, yeah. So every unit you buy actually is going to come with both titanium and quartz buckets.
Okay.
So obviously the titanium is for a little bit more heat, and here you go. The quartz is going to be for a colder dab with a little bit more flavor. That's really going to be specific to each individual user, obviously.
The quartz.
So that's the titanium you have in your hand right there.
Quartz insert here.
And those were the quartz inserts, yeah.
How much are the replacement inserts for all?
$15
for 2 or for 1?
For 2, yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, but there's that new cleaner comes out right now. You can just drop it in there, clean it right off alcohol. All new.
That new cleaner.
Yeah.
The chat room says this guy has that I know good weed voice going on.
I grow good weed voice. How about that?
He's a voice in the clouds.
His voice is a little rough. He's been practicing choir all day. Give him a break.
Very nice. So yeah, I think this is a fantastic product. Thanks for putting it out. It's
it's evolution, right? And there'll be another company coming out later with something else. And what about artists working together to get some cool stuff going? Because that was the only thing I'm like. At least I know a few artists that are making things that go in here.
All over Instagram,
all
right now.
over the place.
Yeah.
We primarily through Masterminded Distribution, we sell a company called iDab, which is based out of Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. The guy is really solid. He makes clear tops, and he makes like all these different colors, really beautiful stuff. They range from like $200 to $300
right.
For just the glass top. And listen, you got to be in a specific kind of heady zone to be wanting to purchase that. I have a lot of shops who come up to me and they're like, "We're not buying that. That's way too expensive." But
yeah, I mean, you have to.
You got to get it or you don't get it. You know.
You can get them on your website though, right? I feel like I remember going on your website and you have certain ones that are listed on there that are already different.
Yeah, if you're set up for wholesale through Masterminded Distribution, you can pick up anything on our website, and then you can also pick up, if you want a retail card at $250, those are on FocusV.com. And anybody who has issues with any atomizers or warranties, just send an email over to support@focusv.com. We just hired a bunch of additional staff, so our turnaround time on answers for those should be 24 hours. Going forward, yeah.
It's all about customer service.
They put the help wanted up on Instagram. I wonder how many responses.
We may have
got
done
to
that. Yes, with the emerald green.
Yeah, That was great.
Yeah, I think the batteries is the big bonus because that's like right away I can already see benefits to this being able to fucking sit somewhere out in the nature somewhere and then finally do it. Like do a dab. But that's all you really need is a couple dabs. You're good because you're somewhere instead of.
And then you get the rainbow on that one.
What's that?
Yeah, and then that's what I'm saying. This gives me confidence that I can go someplace, and I'm not going to get the rainbow. I
think of all the amusement rides.
You be on a Ferris wheel taking a dab?
It's a portable hash pipe. It's not a hover around wheelchair.
Not yet.
Yeah, it can easily.
Cartavy, where will it take me next?
There you go. You have your spokesperson right there.
That's two, bro.
Yeah, that's two shout-outs in a short period of time. I appreciate that.
Yeah, genius.
Right on.
We have a genius in our midst. Well, cool. I got Keith also here. I want to get him on the show because he came along.
Hey, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you
for
so
having me
much,
on.
Matt.
Definitely.
We'll see you tomorrow at the Indo Expo, right?
Yeah, I'll
Do you have
be
a
at the
booth?
Yeah, so Masterminded doesn't have a booth, but we have our sister company, Rosentech Presses, and Dab Nation, which is a head shop based out of LA. We'll both be set up there.
Dab Nation. I love those guys. I've been following them on Instagram. They're fantastic.
We would like to talk about that. Should we talk about that?
Funny, like, is the words, the mentioning of the word rosin still supposed to make me mad? Like, is it like 4 or 5 years ago?
I don't know.
It's just like,
It's all right. Huh?
yeah.
Are you telling him to come on?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
you guys.
Yeah,
I
he's
just want to
fine.
say,
Okay, no, bro. The bro's here in the building.
I knew
though.
that shit was going to take off, though.
He
I
wasn't.
knew it was
It
gonna take off.
wasn't on the official. But we're gonna give a call to what's his name? See if he's fucking gonna show up in the next hour. Mr. Tommy from Fish Head
Get back in
Farms.
here, kid.
Mr.
Mr. the Kid.
Where did Matt Wright go?
Oh, he ran away because wasn't we had.
He doesn't like me.
He didn't like. No, yeah. He saw vaporizer thing. I'm not hanging.
I don't like that.
He likes you though. He liked you. You're good.
Matt Wright's a good kid. He's a good kid.
I like Matt a lot.
Well, he doesn't like me though. I
He-
like
he's
him.
one-
even though
one
you don't
likes
like me.
you.
I grow a lot of his. I was growing a lot of his gear in my Ohio spot.
He's
It
one of
feels
the
like-
only people that's doing other things. Like working Texas resin companies, old Bluebonnet. Straight up old school, like old DJ Short blueberry satellite leaning phenos. You know what I mean? Like old school weed that like gets you fucking high. Like weed, man, not fucking a name in a fucking shiny package.
Oh, it's not a brand, just to put a face and a name on it and you can sell it anywhere? No. It's got to be good weed. It's got to be good weed.
I mean, Mike Denver, if you're looking into CSI Humboldt for your bubble gum or Riot Seeds Bubbleberry, those are both really good choices. Caleb does really good work. I also, in any of the sativa leaning line of the Pure Type Face Off mail, you'll get bubblegummy and like full on like chewing gum phenos. Like it just got that sweetness to it. It's pretty gnarly.
Where's Big Dummy? I thought he was coming down. Bro doesn't want to come on?
He heard you say it 3 times. Now.
It's like Beetlejuice. He's going to show up right
Now he's
fucking
literally showing up. Oh, he's on his. Okay, so Tommy's on his way. So we're gonna have.
Bro won't come on?
Nah, bro's cool. Bro's good.
What if we put a sock on his face or something like that?
No, he doesn't even care. Nah, I don't need that. He's online. You can go. You can find him online.
I want to know why we never followed through.
But he wasn't supposed to be on the show officially. He just come. He's just here. But he's here in the building. So if there's a serious question for the bro, give it to us. We'll ferry it out via. We'll have Telly.
We'll have a runner.
Run over to him. Ask him the question.
Send a runner.
Hey, I have a question.
So there's
What's
two
up?
things that could have occurred during the
What?
my tenure, as I call it, at the Adam Dunn show.
Tenure,
That
yeah.
never occurred, and I'm still upset, and I want to make it happen at some point in time. And
What
the first one
What's that?
was the 5280 bar.
Oh, I
which
know. We should have done.
Oh,
this
that'd be
then.
awesome.
It still doesn't happen.
I'm into
Well,
that.
these guys here, they have. Go get. Oh, yeah, no, you can't. Never mind.
Can't do it. You
These
can't
guys,
say where we
there's
are.
guys. There's guys in the building who can do it. I know they can do it.
So
We're gonna
that never happened. And then we also,
they're here.
Yeah.
But then it's gonna.
There was-
They're gonna make some fucking candy.
at one point in time, there was talk of some sort of Guinness Book of World Records type thing where we could hook my blood up to some machine and just pump weed into like a like a bubble, right? And then I could be like technically listed as the highest man.
Oh yeah.
That's right, because you just test the nanograms of whatever and get it up
Yeah,
above a ridiculous limit.
Yeah.
That
you
never
couldn't
happened
handle
either,
it.
and I feel like that could have taken
It's
fruition as
sad.
well.
Those are the two. Those two things are the exact same time.
I think about them a lot. I'm like, damn, too
Yeah.
late.
Too late.
It's like the threesome you never
No.
had.
What?
You know what I mean?
Oh, that just went off the rails.
Wow. Don't get Dave going.
No, but
Dave,
it's a shame.
You look at his leg. He's shaking a leg over there.
Am I?
He's got a leg shake.
No
You got a
leg shake.
You got a leg shake out of Dave. Oh.
Oh, we talk about my college
You always
days.
used
Is
to
that
be
what
so
you want
chill,
to do?
Dave.
No,
You
no,
always
no,
used to
no.
be so chill. And
Talk
now I see you.
Oh, Dave.
We'll talk about threesomes. Let's go.
No.
Let's go. I heard all those Adam Dunn stories pre-wife.
No.
You know,
wait.
lived in Amsterdam. Who you fucking kidding?
There's no such thing.
Soma and Arjan.
See, you're
What is-
answering
what
a
is-
question from
what
the
is
chat
the-
room without saying what the.
I was answering you, and you asked who Adam was fucking.
So I'm a doof.
Zing.
You need the drum roll. Come on.
Ding.
At least.
We don't know where Mitch is.
Mitch, we already talked about
Hold on.
earlier. He
Yeah.
has walked
Bring
off.
back
He
Mitch.
took a lot of mushrooms and walked off into the sunset.
What if that
was
is
pretty much
Mitch?
the end of it. So.
Holy shit, that was at Emerald Cup.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there.
Look,
I was in pajamas.
when he came and said, "Look, I think I'm going to do these mushrooms," I was like, "Mitch, really?" Like, he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm going to do the mushrooms." I'm like, Mitch,
No,
I don't think you need to do the mushrooms, but I'm going to do the mushrooms though. And then I saw him again. He was just gone.
Well, he
And then
was-
that was kind
no,
of
no,
he came back and didn't want to do
I
the
mean,
show
he ate the
anymore.
whole bag of mushrooms?
He ate a lot of mushrooms.
yeah.
Dude, he looked like the fucking boogeyman was chasing him for like 80 miles. He's sweating and he walks up and he grabs him and he's all, Chris, I gotta tell you everything, but I can't tell you right now. Holy shit, Mitch. You need to sit down and have a water.
Yeah, a few of them, or maybe
And
a
then he
coffee.
didn't want to do the show anymore.
No, it was
He didn't want to do anything anymore. He's like,
He quit weed, but not like smoking it. He just quit the weed thing, doing the weed stuff. I think.
Sure. Anyway, last I saw at the show, he was in the Dragonfly Earth Medicine tent with the chocolate, and he had he had a big bag of mushrooms in one hand and chocolate in the other, and he was like eating them like potato chips, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You already had."
Sound effect, Mark.
He accidentally texted me probably about a year ago because his wife's
only way.
name.
Mushroom text.
No, it was an awake text. It was a regular text because his wife's name is, I'm not gonna say it, but his wife's name begins with the same letter as my name does. So he must have accidentally, while searching for her name, clicked on my name, and it was a picture of.
It was a dick pic?
No,
Oh.
no. But like it might as well have been. It might as well have been. That's a picture of two Power Rangers.
You can get it out. Come on.
What is
Two
happening?
Power Rangers banging. It says, "This could be us, but you playing like one of those."
You should have wrote back. Say thank you, sweetie. I love you too.
I responded to him. I was like, "Man, nice to talk to you too," because I haven't heard from him.
leave that man alone. He has kids. I was getting busy time, bro.
And,
He's like, hey, babe.
have not heard from him
Power
since.
Ranger sex.
Have not heard
Shit.
from him since. Yeah.
Aw.
But I
Mitch was one of the first people I met in the industry a long time ago.
Likewise.
He's a class dude, man.
Yeah.
I'd love for him to get back in touch. I've reached out to him over the years. I had no idea he had that situation, left the show, or anything like that. I mean,
Well, that was pretty much the
I just didn't see him for a long time. And I asked what happened to Mitch. He's like, he quit weed. And I was like, what the fuck?
I'm texting him right now.
And I was like, oh, must have been that
Is it a
day at
Jersey
Emerald.
number?
I said, I was like, it must have been that day at Emerald Cup when he went off the fucking deep end. Everyone's like, no, that's exactly what he did. I'm like, what the fuck? Mitch.
You were witness.
It was before I worked on the show, but I went to Boulder Wellness, and he was working there
Yeah.
one time. Yeah, and I was like, I know you from the Adam Dunn show, and he's like, oh,
Back when you were a fan.
yeah, I was just a fan back then.
Look at that.
well, I
See?
knew him before he started the
Even
show.
when the
We used
kid
to
was-
do.
He helped me lift my motorcycle up onto a truck without a ramp in the parking lot of Boulder Wellness.
He just ate some mushrooms and lifted it up. He just.
We went to his house one Christmas, and Mitch stories. He was making a duck, I guess, for dinner, but Mitch being all healthy and savvy or whatever, so he's like, well, I got this new air fryer. It doesn't use oil. It's healthy for. He puts this thing in the air fryer.
With shallajit.
He just puts it in his air fryer, and the whole night goes by, and we all get ready to eat dinner. And it comes out. The fucking thing's like cooked this far through. Like, there's nothing to eat. Honestly, I don't think we even ate that night. I think that was the end of it. And we just left. and the potatoes were all hard, and they were trying to mash the potatoes. It was
Air fryer failed.
man, Mitch.
Basically, air fryers blow.
Mitch. And he's the one who recorded the video of me super high at that fucking hotel after that broadcast.
I remember that.
Fuck,
That was the
man.
only video we had.
He
posted.
woke up
Yeah,
and just must have
Well,
gotten me right
I
there.
remember listening to the live stream that night, and but for some reason it didn't save or something like that because you couldn't catch it because I tried to watch it when I woke up the next day, and it wasn't there or something like that.
That was the most edibles
I don't
I'd
know.
ever
Did we
eaten
fuck
in
it
one
up?
sitting.
So did we actually fuck that up?
What?
That show?
Sounds like you did.
Oh, dude, first off, I just said that was the most edibles I've ever eaten.
Oh!
What's up?
Get over here. Dave Tran in the house.
Oh shit!
I said his name
Party
online.
started. Get this party
Step over
started.
here.
Hey,
Come around over here.
I
Take
never
over.
say no to anything.
Yeah, the kid sucks.
I always
Nobody-
say
nobody-
yes to
he's already
everything.
told
That's
every
my-
story
hey,
of Mitch
what's
that he can say.
He was about to
bro?
get into a Mitch story,
What's up,
though.
brah?
He can do that.
Go
one.
ahead, I'm
Switch
just
that-
listening,
Switch that
dude.
mic.
I'm
Hey,
just
kid, you get that
Kids,
mic.
finish that Mitch story.
Hey, Mitch. Hey, kid. All right, give him the mic in a second. He can do that one.
Oh, look at that, dude.
You're gonna see my terrible
Look
hair
at
now.
that. That's some hair
I didn't
right
get
there,
ready.
man.
I didn't.
You didn't do no. You know.
Wait, we have a makeup artist in the back.
Do we
How
have
did
a-
you get?
He loves it. Look at
No, do you have a makeup artist?
We do.
That's going to be like
Mark,
half of
makeup.
what it's going to end up. Soon it's going to be
Color
extra.
lipstick
with a
as
little-
the night goes on, it just slowly just falls
Yeah.
until I look like a little wet dog, and then Adam's like, "Look at this."
Yeah. No,
Look at
that's
this guy.
It is a
you're-
radio
you're
show. You have
fresh
to get in
right
front of
now.
the mic.
You're extra fresh. Yeah, he's great. He's perfect.
Look at that hair. That's fucking awesome.
Of course.
Got
Really?
it's got some grays in it right now. You know, look at
Nobody
that.
can see the grays.
Yeah,
They're just looking at
that's
how
it?
tall it is.
You're all worried about that. You're
No,
worried
that
about
looks good. Still, I can't grow a mustache, a beard. So
No.
you guys look at you guys. Oh man, what is this? The beard club?
Yes, it is the bearded club.
Nuts, man. This is awesome.
It is. It is. Yeah.
So,
So
man.
you're here for the Indo, obviously.
I know. I'm actually here all the way here to wish you a happy new year.
Oh,
so
fuck yeah.
This is something, a
Rat-
little
rat-
gift that I want to
rat-a-tat,
give you.
rat-a-tat-tat.
Your rat-a-tat year.
Holy
There you go.
shit.
And for you, Dave.
Holy shit. What do we got in here?
About
Can we
two
open it
of
up
them.
on camera?
Yeah, those are just lucky dollars, and so may it start somewhere. This is the beginning of the new year, so happy new year.
Thank
Chúc mừng năm mới is in Vietnamese.
Very good, my
So
How about we give you a
it's
dab?
good. Yeah, no, that's
Dab,
a
yeah,
good
no.
way to celebrate, I would say.
friend. And
What
so
would you like? We have 14er concentrates right here.
I
Stellana,
just-
Moonshine Haze or Tropicana.
I'll let you
Tropicana.
choose. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
goes
that.
with the hair.
What
It
old
goes
lady
with
did
the
you
hair.
get those crisp $2 bills from?
Oh yeah, and I just found one source and I've just been milking it for years.
Nice.
$2 bills. I've just been dispensing them out
You
for
can,
the
you can
new
always
year.
go to that fucking that one strip bar in fucking
Oh, yeah.
whatever it is
In Portland.
Yeah, the one in Portland. It's only $2 bills.
Yeah.
So you
They
know
serve spaghetti. Good
Yeah.
spaghetti, by the way.
it's a vegan. It's the vegan strip
No,
bar.
no, it's
by
a
the
bar.
way. What's
I
the
think-
vegan strip bar?
Vegan.
That one I'm
I've been
talking
eating vegan, but my
It's the vegan strip bar. That's
Ah,
what I'm
yeah.
talking about. That one
yeah,
with the $2
vegan.
bills.
Yeah.
There you go. So then you know.
Solid.
If you're in Portland, you come home with a pocket full of twos.
You know where you've been.
You're either hanging out with Dave or you're.
No.
So you've been doing events and stuff, right? That's your thing now. You're-
Yeah.
I went to the one in Vegas. That was
Yeah,
cool. That,
cool.
It was funny too because it was called.
The
Dutch-
Dream House. Yeah.
It was Dutch something, right? Too was a
Uh,
big sponsor.
Yeah.
What
Dutchy.
makes-
Dutchy.
Dutchy, yeah.
Yep, yeah.
And it 100%, like me and my wife walked in and I was like, oh, dude, I feel like I'm in like a Dutch party.
It's a Dutchy party, man.
Yeah,
They
it
put
was
it on. They helped us. You know what I
Super
mean?
Dutch. Wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
You were there.
Oh yeah,
they're
big
good.
time.
They're
I
good
dug the
partners
dirt.
with us. Dutchy's been growing like fast. They got the funding to continue to grow and really build these really important tools for the industry.
And you had
to
a
get
hot
bigger.
air balloon
Okay,
there. Hit
okay,
that.
Should I hit that?
Yep.
Yeah,
There you go.
they have a hot air balloon, which I did not get a chance to go up in.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't either.
Help me out, Cicero.
Help you out.
Yeah, no hot air balloons. It was fun
Get
to
work, is
watch.
what you're saying? Get to work.
I liked how you had it tethered to like
Another
a
couple
bunch of
joints
big
would be like
pickup
4 of us
trucks.
to roll one joint.
Just in case. Yeah, barely
I didn't
enough.
do anything, so
No, but it was a
just-
good event. It was a classic, you know, if you're going to be in Vegas, you got to do something
yeah.
like that. And it's nice to be outdoors too.
Yeah.
You know, like indoor, outdoor, obviously. And you know, the weed in Vegas, I'm always impressed. Like just because I figured there's so many whiny ass people from LA there, they have to have good weed, otherwise it's going to get
Yeah,
fucking.
but they need a place to. They,
That's what it
I
comes
mean,
down
they
to.
need a place to smoke it too. So they're figuring that part out. When they figure that part out, it's really going to really change the game. I think, I'm pretty excited about seeing some large consumption events go on in Vegas in the next like 12 to 24 months. Conventions are going all over. I think there's, people are going to start building micro events around these big events because it makes more sense to, head down to
after parties,
yeah, things,
pre-parties.
Yeah, things that get your like exact audience, and that's why we're into events because we see that as an opportunity for companies to, market, to build their brand, and to get really ultimately in front of the right people so that you can do business. And it's you don't need to go search for it, and when you can produce it and build it and put it together and be, just use the right partners who know, who and what, and narrow it down.
So are you doing Vegas as a permanent sort of home with things, or is that just during the shows?
Well, we'd like to do something pretty big there in the next few years. I think, the consumption laws are changing. I think venues are going to be built. And I think it's going to be on. And I think, you're going to be able to go to like a pool and be able to smoke, buy a booth and, break out your bong, have dabs, and just hang out and have like a really top-notch DJ sit
Artisan
out there.
Hotel, are you listening? Artisan guys,
Whatever you
come
do,
on.
please don't do them at the Hard Rock or the Palms because I'm banned
I don't
from
know
both
anything.
Of
I
those
just
places.
Well,
I'm banned from both of those places for
Hard Rock
smoking
is-
marijuana.
No, they
Hard
won't
Rock,
have
they're
weed
done.
at Hard Rock.
No, they're done.
No, it's virgin now.
They're finished. This is the last weekend or last.
Well,
week
I
was
don't
the
think
last-
that it's going to
Hard
work
Rock
inside
Cafe,
of like
Hard Rock in
license.
Vegas.
Like to
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
Vegas,
yeah.
like if you try to roll that dice, you're just rolling it. To me, it's about compliance, right? Compliance and building these events, working with legislation to figure out how we can do it compliantly so that we can do cannabis shows, things that stimulate the industry, things that do that. And, to me, the senator there, Tig Seegerbloom, has always supported that. He wanted this to be the Amsterdam of the West Coast, and we can do that. And I think we're getting closer to that.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's exactly what I already predicted. I don't know, a couple shows ago. I said
feels that
Vegas is like Amsterdam, or Amsterdam
coming,
is
yeah.
like Vegas. They both have, they're so cross mingled. Like you just take the model of the city of Amsterdam, throw a fucking windmill up, boom, casino, done. You know what I mean? And then there's no reason to go there because pretty much you can simulate everything.
Yeah,
Get on the boat trip,
all I needed to know in
get
3
rained on,
days
Get
in
rained
Vegas.
on,
I was like,
eat out of the wall, bang a hooker.
I mean, in
That's
Amsterdam.
it.
Smoke some
in
weed.
Amsterdam,
Smoke
I
weed,
mean.
of course.
I always thought that like Vegas, a cool kind of model would be maybe to like bridge an area between casinos so it's not casino property and it's not street property, kind of like a floater that people get checked into. You know what I mean? Like imagine a bridge but large.
How about just any place they allow
Floaters.
smoking
Let's just
tobacco? We
floaters.
can smoke.
No, because I don't
weed.
want to sit around a bunch of people smoking cigarettes
No,
and have
but
a nice
I-
dab.
as long as the
nice
rule-
low temp, perfect dab, and like somebody blows like a Marlboro 10,000.
sounds
It
great.
doesn't mean you have to allow tobacco smoking.
Hey, when it's legalized, you guys, these guys are going to put so much money in, you can't even compete against them. If they want to build something where it's the ultimate smoking experience, they have the biggest minds and the biggest pocketbooks to be able to do that. So I think it's just like, how do you, it's strategic
it's
for
gonna
them.
Be, like it's gonna be something along those lines because it's just like having gambling boats in international waters.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're in a gray area. You're in a gray area. You're not on the strip, and you're not in a casino. You're in an open air mezzanine or whatever you want to call it, smoke area,
Yeah.
with a retractable dome and heaters.
Sounds dope.
Yeah.
Sounds incredible.
Straight from
5%.
the mind.
We need you on the Las Vegas Regulatory Committee. Make those rules. Let's get on it.
I'm ready.
Anybody listening from Las Vegas, man, we can change the world right now. We need consumption lounges for
Look at
David
that.
Tran.
Look at that. I didn't know this was all going on. This is all new to me. I'm like, what's going on the screen?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, you missed it. They were just asking you questions about the
Gosh.
vegan strip club.
I was here a long time
El
ago, and
Diablo,
you
El
didn't
Diablo.
have all
It's
this
called
stuff,
El
did
Diablo,
you?
El
No,
Diablo.
you did not. That was many years ago. That was.
We've upgraded a little bit.
yeah,
We've
you
upgraded-
have
we've
upgraded.
a
This
little
is
bit.
like I haven't looked around because
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit.
Well, 6 weeks ago, he
Yeah,
tried
so
to
the
dial
Ron
in from
and
his
we,
his
car.
we do
He
this.
just loves to
we
dab,
do these
so
everywhere. I mean, this is not home base at any given moment, but
That's cool.
sometimes we're in the back seat. We've done it from inside of cars and whatever. Anything we can.
Yeah, in Hawaii, you
Good old
tried to log in from the car driving in because you hadn't made it back with your dongle.
That was dongle issues. That was, dongles before everything. And then the saddest part about that, I don't think I ever told anybody, but I'll tell you now. Fucking dongle was in the bag the whole time. I had it.
Oh my God! Really?
how-
We
yep.
delayed for like 2
Yeah.
hours
Yeah.
so you could drive across Honolulu.
Yeah. No.
Right, or
yeah.
wherever it
Maui.
was.
In Maui, yes.
Are you going to Hawaii?
I was there recently, but yeah, Maui mostly. Why?
There's something going on here soon. Talking about events.
Cannabis Expo, yeah.
Talking about events. I'd like to support that.
Yeah, betcha.
Talking
Give a big
about
shout out
events.
Hawaiian Expo.
Hawaiian
Cannabis
events.
Expo.
The one that's
Yeah.
going on now is the Honolulu one coming up, right?
Isn't that the one that has like the WWE style belt for
Yeah,
the competition?
No, that's the Ahi one. I
That'd
think
be
that
cool.
was.
Ego Clash.
Yeah, but there's a Hawaii competition that has that same belt style.
That is a competition that is not named.
I don't know.
It might be a. It might be a. It might be a crest.
A whole bunch of surfers.
You're speaking of
crest,
you're
not a
speaking of an
belt.
invitational.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know. I just know that there's another belt style thing that I saw that happened in Hawaii.
I don't know about that.
I don't know what it is. I can't tell.
I don't know
Look
about
at
that.
Kid with some insider information about
Yeah,
the
see?
WWE
They're
of
shocked.
cannabis and
Fear Nuke is
Hawaii.
shocked. 2-hour wait for nothing.
That's it.
But I got 2 dongles now.
You have
So what do you think, Mr. Chan, about having cannabis events with limited music?
Yeah. Well, I think there's.
as opposed to like having like an act every 15 minutes and just random.
I think
people,
there's. I
like-
think there's going to be an event for everything. You know, to me, cannabis events is going to be an opportunity for people to express themselves. People have been doing it in other industries. Now they're going to bring these really sweet interactions and things to engage in people, and I think that's a really valuable tool for companies that are out there.
Well, that's the thing. There has been no real regulated anything. People could like Colorado just missed the boat entirely on that idea. They were like, we're gonna have 1,000 places you can buy weed, nowhere you can smoke it, and you can't smoke it in parks, and you can't smoke it in your car, and you can't smoke it here. And you
Didn't
can't
they
smoke it-
try to clean that up with like on January 1st? Isn't there now a new
There is
events regulation?
There is, and it's, no one's really pulling it off yet. There's like still 2 places.
What makes it interesting is who govern, like in each state, it's a different governing body that deals with how they regulate things. So, like in a state like Pennsylvania, it's the Department of Health, where they have pharmacists in the dispensaries and stuff like that. In places like Colorado, it's the Department of Revenue. Like, all they care about is money and cameras and people not stealing. But when it comes to health, it doesn't really have anything to do with that. So, like, in each state that's setting up these commissions, they have very different focuses, and a lot of it has a lot more input from the local community than it did when we set it up here in Colorado.
But we were first, so
both-
what are you going to do?
Yeah, no,
both
agreed.
both bureaucracy and citizen input though, because you have places like Illinois that just opened, and they're already fighting for. They actually got okayed to have consumption inside dispensaries. And then you have, like, this is in my opinion all like just straight greed. They okayed 40 dispensaries, but they don't want any other weed businesses in the Chicago area. No, they don't want nobody processing, no grows, none of that. They just want to make quick tax money off sales, Mm-hmm. And that's kind of bullshit to me, If you want to make money off the weed, you have to have.
They're still.
Well, you
trying
need
to
a
figure
system.
it out.
I think
you
part
need
of
a
the-
system. You need to be able to have the right people around it. And
Yeah.
Well, plus when you're selling
What-
like concentrates to people at like super high prices and nowhere to smoke them, and what are they going to do if they're tourists and it's a recreational state? You got to buy a rig and all this shit, or have their cardo or have their. It's like a lot of fucking hardware for most people if they're traveling. So it is nice if you had a place that was responsible and have it. You heard about the Lowell Cafe where everyone got herpes from the fucking.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in L.A.
Shut down already, yeah.
Because they didn't clean the fucking Puffco's actually. Puffco's causes herpes. No.
Oh my God!
You heard
But
it.
I mean,
Holy
as a smoker,
fuck.
shouldn't you take it upon yourself to clean
All the
to clean
work I'm
rig
doing
before
to
you
bring in
smoke
new
it anyway?
sponsors, you go ahead and
come
say
on
that.
Now,
Holy shit! No, non-clean glass from somebody who is not clean that's how it's going to get transmitted.
No, but the whole thing is that I think they were just like probably. I mean, you can imagine.
Yeah, it wasn't even on the glass. It's like you just get fucking herpes because you're nasty.
But the funny part was it's
You just get it.
Mark is
However it comes.
Instagramming right now the day the show just went to holy.
It was Miley Cyrus's spot though. Oh wow. So it might have been her fucking strain that you might have got, which is pretty dope.
You have the Miley strain?
Now I got the Miley strain, bro.
back to what we're saying about state by state legislature, though. All it is the sit back and watch version until in the lead up to federal.
Oh yeah. I mean, definitely. But
Because that's when we're gonna have
Oh,
all
see?
the guidelines.
You're toast. You're so toast.
Once they figure out how, yes.
yes.
No. So check this out. No, look at the Leslie Stembridge question. I seen an article in Chicago where they're trying to license dealers on the street. So
Come on.
So
That's
Chicago,
like the Republican who thought that they allow illegal aliens to vote in California just regularly. That's a rumor.
Come on. There's several minority coalitions in Chicago, the inner city coalitions that are going after it, and they're saying that you allow them to do food trucks, sell water on the street, stuff like that. And what it is it can be regulated that way.
Maybe in years from now.
You're gonna. Well, no, but that's what they're demanding it now.
It isn't going to happen. Everything's got to be done under camera right now, and they're not going to have cameras on your street dealer on the corner.
But what they're saying is, the way that would work is, if you're going to be street peddling, you pay an upfront tax.
I have to say farewell to all my friends.
David Tran, thank you for
That's
stopping
cool, Dave.
in, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you at the show. I'm
Yeah,
sure
we'll
we'll
see
see you around. Yeah, 100%. You gonna be here for a minute, or are you leaving the building?
We'll be here for until Sunday.
Oh, okay. You're out of the building. Okay, sweet. And I actually got Tommy's in the building, so you can tell.
I'll take it.
Can you tell Tommy? I think he's or look for the guy from Rhode Island.
Good to see you. Which one? Good to see
Tommy from
I'll see you tomorrow, probably.
Fishhead Farms. Yeah, he says he's here. So
You get racist people on here.
what?
Chicago's taxing cannabis to pay for reparations for slavery.
Damn.
It's an uppity bunch in the chat room tonight. I guess we're causing some controversy.
There we go. We came through.
Come on around here.
We're looking at we got plenty of time. We got a hot seat for you. Huh?
You want me to let him in or what?
Yeah, we're gonna let him in.
You want me to let him in?
You don't have to leave. Whatever is up to you. It's up to you. You're the man.
So alive.
Come around here.
And then we'll just
Grab
pull
a
that
chair if you want it.
Yeah. Unless you want to stand after all this. What's going on, Tommy?
What's up, man?
How you doing? Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you in person.
Step forward. Chris, step forward. I'll put the chair.
So fresh off the boat, we got Tommy
What's up, fellas?
coming in from Rhode Island. Rhode Island.
Pleasure to meet you, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got fish, which I think is a pretty awesome sounding product because everybody I talk to about it is like, yep, which is, and it's super concentrated and very interesting. And anything from Rhode Island, I'm always a little chuffed about just because, especially when it's cannabis related, just because growing up there and knowing how like everybody there fucking smokes weed is crazy. It's like literally like the smallest state with the highest per capita of smoking cannabis, which is
100%, right?
Yeah, which
Come
is
on
true.
up here.
Which is true. And so, but when I was a kid, I thought, dude, nobody knows what's going on. You know, like everyone's lame and like I just have the best weed. And it was just that classic, because I had friends in Cali who had killer weed. And that's how the whole, and that was the family of the sage varieties and all those. And so I kind of grew up realizing pretty quickly that the East Coast wasn't really the best place to grow. But in a way, over the last 30 years or so or plus, people, chiseled their way out of it and stuff. And are you, is your product like from before, is it cannabis related only or is it all over the place? Or?
We started out in cannabis, and then now we've taken a little turn for the mainstream, but the vast majority of our business is in cannabis. We did all of our initial testing with cannabis.
Nice.
So.
Nice. So it was like straight out of the gate, figuring out what works or seeing what works. And give us a little history on it because I think we talked about it once a little bit and it sounded really dope.
So we kind of developed it on the fly. I had gotten into cultivation in 2007. My best friend had muscular dystrophy, so I initially got in then. His high school and biology and chemistry teacher approached me, I don't know, around 2014. I had been growing for about 7 years, doing different build-outs in Rhode Island and Southern Mass, and kind of got to know a lot of the grow shop owners. So we did our initial testing by launching with my buddies who own shops, because I knew all of the shop owners. So the first formulations were almost direct application. We realized that we couldn't ship that much water around the country. Went back to the drawing board, and then that's when the real testing came, was how to keep the product viable and alive after concentrating it and shipping around the country. So
What about the source material, though? You were telling me something that was sounding pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. So we have our own tilapia farm. David, my partner David, he started out as a organic farm to table vegetable business, and that just wasn't happening for him. And that's where we started doing our initial testing at his farm, right there, direct application from the tank, and just started playing with the formula. And back in like 2000, I don't know, 13 or 14, as we started running side by sides, and we're like, wow, this shit really works. No pun intended. It's good shit.
Right, and this is like aquaponic style.
Yeah,
But,
yep.
But you were doing with cannabis in the same.
So we were
building,
doing it with cannabis inside the actual, the aquaponic NFT system, and then we took it out and said it's just not really it wasn't viable for us to test in that system in the greenhouse. So we took it out and started testing it in soil, in the ground, then in pots. And then ultimately, once we've kind of fine-tuned it, we brought it to Rhode Island, and then from Rhode Island to Mass, and then, now we're all across the country and overseas.
Have you done any testing on it on food crops?
On food crops, we're just starting that now. So the end of last season, we identified a few partners that we're going to work with and try and take it to the general public.
I'm a 4-time High Times Cannabis Cup winning grower and breeder myself, but I have a 1/4 acre food plot that I put up this year, and I'll be expanding it to 3/4 of an acre this coming spring.
I'll have to get you out of the barrel to play with.
Yeah.
Let you rip on it and see what you think. I'd love your observations. We do a lot of testing, with facilities in each market we attack. We try to get data from some of the best growers in that market, and California's our latest, so we're looking for. I'm assuming you're in Cali, right?
Well, I was in California my entire life. I'm in northern Michigan now.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty
Dude, I did the UP this summer.
I got my
wicked cool.
I'm in Gladwin County. It's way up north.
Okay.
I literally I got in the ground like July 20th this year, which is super late.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I grow all my everything with Roots Organics. I have for quite a long time. I've used every nutrient on the market.
Mm-hmm.
And Roots Organics, bar none, always comes back with the highest terpenes.
Great product.
The best transfer of cannabinoids to flower for me.
Mm-hmm.
You can get big fat nugs with tons of cystolith hairs, you know what I mean, and non-capitate glands, and it looks great. And people think they're getting stoned, but you're not getting high. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
we lost you again.
lost me.
Grow some fire herb.
You see, yes. I grow good herb, and it's a coincidence you're in here because I just I have a crop of 6-liter that's going for market.
Mm-hmm.
And I just applied your fish shit.
Awesome, man.
I'd
love to get your observations.
Shout out to fish shit.
I just applied it 4 days ago, and I seen maybe an 1.5 inch surge. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Pretty crazy.
So let me ask you this: when you go into your room, you know how it should smell, you know how it should sound, you know what, you notice anything the second you walk in, right? Well, when you're in, if you take it and add it to a crop that's in flower, like any stage of flower, once you start to really smell it, if you know the smell of your room, you will notice the difference. If it's dialed in, and it's 24, 48 hours, it's a huge.
And I will more than anything.
Good.
But like I said, that's where I was going off on before I just totally deadheaded it. I grew Roots Organics for all my smokables, and it's for my mother's medicine as well. My mother's disabled, I grow all my vegetables with Roots Organics as well.
Okay.
And I was in the ground on July 20th. Everybody's like, oh, you ain't going to pull the crop in. I was like, I grow dope for a living, buddy. Watch me. You know what I mean? I got my Brussels sprouts in before first frost. I got 7 different kinds of heirloom tomatoes in. I got my yellow squash in, my zucchini in. I got my watermelons didn't make it. But I got cabbages in. I got everything in. And larger fruit, larger vegetables, than all the Amish people in the area, and they're like, "The fuck, dude!" Like, you know what I mean? You just move up here to northern Michigan and like knock your first crop out. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I ain't telling you nothing.
Trade them some info for some
Miracle
cheese.
Grow, Miracle Grow, or bleach. No, I trade with the Amish people.
Of course you
very,
should.
very good people.
Yeah,
very good
check.
people. Solid.
Good fireplaces.
Very nice fireplaces.
That's all I know. Magic. They're fucking magic. I don't have a clue. Kid doesn't know how they're made. He's freaking out.
That was always my specialty, fireplaces.
The Amish people built my grow in the one that I consulted on in Ohio.
Yeah, I forgot you're from fucking. You're deep.
I mean, I'm
in
right
it.
near Lancaster, bro. I mean, great game.
Yeah,
too.
we're surrounded by them, you know.
So them.
They're putting a
Oh
new-
my god.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Oh
Part of the
Jesus.
country.
Tell us about that threesome you had with those two Amish women.
I look up dirty words in German and I tell it to the kids. It's pretty funny. There's like these 15-year-old kids. They're like 6'4", 240 pounds. They're like Shrek. They're like, they like have this smile.
Sounds
and
nice.
I tell them like, God watches you when you touch your penis in German, and like the kids are like, they just like look at you and they like walk away like, oh fuck, dude, he knows.
Just make sure it's still there.
These are hot tips from Chris Cassidy from the Adam Show.
I actually just learned from where I live that the Mennonites all drive black cars.
Yeah, black trucks.
Yeah, black. Yeah, all their when you drive by a Mennonite church on the weekend, it's all black vehicles.
It must look creepy.
It's crazy. I had no idea. That's what happens because you don't see that in Colorado.
Real quick. Everybody out there that's been into strains and collecting, you probably know this one. You ever heard the term Amish diesel used for the original D? Yeah. So the Amish D came from me and Fletch from Archive fucking around one night.
Do they surf?
No, so he got that original diesel came from Pennsylvania. And he's like, yeah, it came like this Amish who lives right up the street. And I was like, yeah, they grow it with 1,000 candles. You know what I mean? It's fucking Amish diesel.
So it's funny because I grew diesel here back in 2000, and the dude that brought me the diesel brought it out in a spring green salad from New York, like before there was TSA or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? But,
Oh, see that spring salad.
Spring salad
Hot
mix.
tip for pre 9/11. Remember that we said pre 9/11. Nowadays, that would just be tossed out. But you could actually hear. I mean, nowadays it'd just be hemp and paperwork, I guess, right? You can no problem like that.
Everything's hemp.
It's all hemp.
It's all hemp.
It's all
Until you
hemp.
take it to fucking fruition, it's all hemp, dude.
It's
Without a fucking a shred of lie in your fucking dart, dude.
right. No, 100%.
There ain't no THC in a fucking clone. I would have smoked them motherfuckers if there were. I haven't seen Chris in 2 weeks down in the fucking basement smoking clones again.
so I actually have some questions about
Smell like
the
farts
fish,
and dirty
the fish
socks.
shit.
Yes, bring it on.
So,
That's why
so
you
I
have-
operate a
you're-
commercial
like
grow back
Okay.
back in Maryland.
All right.
Can you use it with hydroponics?
You can use it with specific hydroponics. What are you running? What are you?
We're running Cocoa. We're running New Millennium, but I would, So that was my other question: is it a standalone? Is it an additive?
So it's an additive. You can add it to any nutrient line, organic, synthetic, super soil. It plays well with everything. I wouldn't go putting it into deep water culture if you're adding like a hypochlorous acid or something like that. It's
We're
gonna-
doing 3-gallon cocoa bags.
Are you hand watering? Are you?
No irrigation.
Irrigation.
But we have batch tanks.
Okay, and how are you dosing?
Gallon per hour emitters, 2 emitters per plant, somewhere around about a gallon an hour.
Dosatron, or
overall.
are you mixing manually?
So we have an Anderson fertigator that feeds to the batch tanks, but if I want to put something in the batch tanks, I can just add it manually.
Okay, yeah, if you can, I mean, it works, you can do it that way, or if you're going to put it in line and have it, siphoned off, you're gonna wanna have the tank circulating.
I do have dosatrons in line from the batch tanks.
So you'd
if
put
I
it on the
felt-
back end of the dosatron after your pH, so you'd go, all
Yep,
your mix,
yep.
pH, then add it. It's not gonna affect your pH or PPMs, but you don't wanna go putting high concentrations of pH up or down in that mix, that part of where it's mixing.
Yep.
So put it in line after the
So
fact.
don't even put a mixing tank after putting it in there. Just I guess you can't hear me. No mixing tank after. Just right after your pH.
Yep.
Put another dosage
Yeah.
on and then send it out.
Now, see, here's the thing though, right? Like, if you're gonna have it siphon off, whatever size container you have has to be circulated, because it will settle out. You want it nice and in a slurry.
Always moving.
Yeah.
Just like same
Well,
thing. as-
agitated,
same way
just a
you
quick
use
shake.
Photosynthesis.
What's
Yeah.
the largest
hammer.
size container that you sell currently?
Basically,
Like totes,
anything
IBC
live is
totes.
anaerobic.
Yeah.
Yep.
We go to the 275s. all the way. We did 80 milliliter all the way up to a 275.
Like once a week or
Yeah,
daily
once a week.
or-
You can go, I mean, look, I say early and often in veg, you're going to see intense, vigorous vegetative growth. You can't overdo it. It's pH neutral, like I said. There's nothing in there that's going to pollute the plant. So, 3 to 6 mils twice a week.
So my
The beginning, and then you can cut it back down
You
and
said it
flour.
was. You said it was pH neutral.
Yep. Yeah, so if you do 3 mils, it's not
when
bad.
I added it, I had like a 1 or 2 point swing from it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
At,
We typically don't see.
at 4 or 5 mils per gallon. But I mean, I've been doing what I do so long. You know what I mean?
You've noticed that.
I pour. I don't really even. I have a pH meter. I have a doser, but I don't need it. You know what I mean? I know that.
Use the force.
I know that 160 milliliters of extreme serene.
Miracle Grow.
I know my recipe for that week. Right, what I pour is gonna bring me up to pH. You know what I mean? To
Yeah, you know what you're adding.
to 586
Exactly. I got you.
by hand. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was told that it was pH neutral as well. That's what I was just telling you, so you knew. So
Appreciate that.
When I hit it drifted like 2
Up or
points
down?
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
So I like to hit 5.8 or 6. You know what I mean? And it dropped me to 5.6.
Okay. You can raise it up afterwards once you put in solution. Just it's not going to in that concentration at the tail end of a dosatron.
Yeah,
it's gonna smash
but that's
it,
what I'm saying.
you know?
It's got to be agitated. It's
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
be moving.
Yep.
Plus, I mean, I feel like your product would be like more. It'd be more getting it to the plant than it wouldn't. It's not falling out or reacting in any crazy way. So even the pH difference in the. It all would depend on what happens at the other side of the plant, really.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes you get plants where they're taking in so much, there's hardly any runoff compared to normal. But you have to push it harder to even get to that point. Whereas if you have other real synthetics and 100%, stuff just kind of goes through, fills up, done, dumped. You know what I mean? There's no hardly less absorption, I think. So.
How does it
Absolutely.
do as like an additive in like a compost tea or something like that?
Good. So that tea is going to have a lot of different beneficial bacteria in it. What I would do is if you're going to make a compost tea, add it in, right before you brew. Make your tea, throw it in, and then add it, so you're not overpowering
don't
it.
brew with it as an
Yeah, you don't
ingredient.
need to
Make
brew
your
with it.
tea
It's
brew, do your mix and then add it right before you feed.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Works pretty well.
And I guess it was Rhode Island. So how did your distribution go from, like you said, it was like now you're nationwide, obviously.
Yeah,
And
so we started, state by state, typically we'll start, we started with just an outbound phone call campaign and then just sending thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of samples. At one point, we were sending out like 2,500 samples a week. Yeah, we've got a couple reps. Once we get sampled in every store, I typically will go out, meet everybody in the market, answer any questions, and then we've got some pretty cool reps out there now working for us. We got a guy in Michigan. We got a kid in New England. And Joe's in Oklahoma with me.
You have reps out in Cali too?
No, not yet. We're doing we're just starting to land accounts in Cali. It was, and I'm sure you guys know, a daunting task to get our label pushed through. So we actually have a different label in California. Instead of saying fish shit, it says fish it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they said we were too vulgar, so we own fish.
Fishy poopies.
It looks just the same. You wouldn't know. You just take it out.
California
and it says
likes fishy poopies.
it. So we're fish it in California.
I like actually the upside down thing too.
I do too.
Yeah.
I was insulted. They
differentiates
told
you.
we were implied vulgarity.
Yeah.
We weren't even actually vulgar. We were implied vulgarity. So it took us 9 extra months,
To figure out how to turn the eye upside down?
yeah, that was a long one.
That's an expensive eye.
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough.
All right.
No, I'm looking forward to checking it out. And again, everybody that I talked to about it was like, oh yeah, that shit is amazing. So I mean, you always say shit.
I could visibly see growth.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Do you have an online ordering?
Yeah.
Do you have a little promo code on the bottom?
You know what? We'd like to give out a code for purchasing.
For like if they put the Dunn deal in there, will they get a discount?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so we'll set up the Dunn deal at the show. And we'll
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever, we'll get it up.
My man.
The
yeah,
Dunn
put it-
deal. 15% more.
Yeah, exactly. You have to pay double.
Adam Dunn's got bills too, player.
Adam Dunn's fish shit deal.
Yeah, he threw an extra few cents on top. Watch out. No.
You get it from the higher species of fish instead of the lower species of fish.
So tilapia obviously
The sushi
easiest
grade.
to grow. I mean,
They eat a
definitely-
lot. They poop a lot.
Yeah,
they
it's
breed
not,
a lot.
Not my fish of choice at all. For anything else. It's like, I have like,
No, thank you.
It's like, ugh, yeah. But I guess they produce fast, like you said, and
They grow fast, and there's this misconception that they're a bottom feeder, and that's not the truth.
Well, they just live in-
They'll live in anything. They
Yeah.
can live in any conditions. They're hardy. They're healthy fish.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. So you actually have like
We have our own fish farm.
fish
so
farm.
We procure our own raw material because you can't just go to a tilapia farm and
get-
take their weight. Yeah, because they're using.
It's a
all
tank
sort-
out
they're-
back.
They're getting rid of the bacteria.
Yeah, so
and
what's
they-
that look like? What does something like that look like for as much fish shit as you need?
It's
What
just
does
like
that look like?
just rows of
my
just
pond.
tanks of fish.
And then how-
and half in the ground.
How
half
do
out.
you
He squeezes them every-
recover
the kid to get a
said
job.
shit?
This is a
The
trade
proprietary diaper
secret
system.
right now.
Okay, yeah,
The
that's
fish
awesome.
swim in a tube. We hook the diaper on, wring it out. No, we
That's-
have. We just have a big filtration system, and then we culture it in different phases. It's pretty easy. You can bacterial culture
So
on
like
anything.
one thing I like to say, and it's funny because a lot of like investors nowadays that are looking to have products in, especially with all like just when I went the vape scare and lead and everyone having harmful, they all want to hear that what you're putting into the product is quote unquote natural. You
Right.
know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So I always try and tell them, look, I don't use anything that I wouldn't feel comfortable. Not that I don't think it would make me throw up, but that I wouldn't feel comfortable drinking, thinking that it would harm me. So like technically, in theory, it would definitely make you throw up if you drank what you make, right?
Oh,
But
absolutely.
it wouldn't hurt you,
Absolutely.
right? Like would it kill you?
Listen, early on, when we were setting up, I drank more fish shit right now. Listen, I'm drinking more fish shit than you can imagine, in and out of the tanks, in your mouth, in your eye. Oh, it's horrible.
You ain't never been swimming in a river, boy?
Listen, my partner Dave wanted to invent a special soap to take the shit smell off his hands from working in the tanks. It sticks to
It
you.
could be like Gwyneth Paltrow's candle that smells like her vagina.
Oh my God, that's
It
crazy.
smells like my tilapia.
Sold out so quickly.
Tilapia vagina?
It smells like my tilapia. That's perfect.
Fish shit that smells like vagina. There's
So-
your new-
So, like, I guess back in the day, how old are you, by the way?
40.
40. Okay, cool. Because Rhode Island's when we talked on the phone, it was funny because it's like the classic.
Ageism.
No, I was just going to explain. In Rhode Island, everything's about like when did you graduate high school? Do you know my sister or or do you know this guy?
Oh,
It's like-
you know,
it's like-
everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody, exactly. And you were saying that some of the early shops that you went to was like what one of them. The only one that I actually knew when I would go back into town, I'd go with my friend, would be the Good to Grow.
Oh yeah, Justin, great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the original folks that I started going in and working with. Really good guy, great company.
And he his whole family. The interesting part about him is his whole family basically was in water testing. So that was, like they would go to all the streams and lakes and things and test the water for the whole state. And so that he kind of like is the perfect guy to have as a tester for that kind of stuff because obviously he's going to look at it scientifically and it was a Rhode Island's such a small place. It's like you drive a half an hour from either side. So there's I think there's 3 grow shops at one point, and
There was one high school in Rhode Island, right?
No, are you kidding me? We got 1,000,001 over there. We have more folks in. Well, we have like 1.1 million in that little area.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we're packed
Where
right
at?
of each other. Sucks.
yeah, it's crazy how many people live in that spot. And it used to be when I grew up there, and I just wanted out. I wanted out so bad. Like,
Does that mean that technically, is that still technically New England?
Yes.
of course, it's New
Yeah.
England.
Does that mean that you're a
You
Patriots
gotta
fan?
get a camera on the kid right
No,
now.
it
He's
doesn't.
high.
I'm a Giants
Guess
fan.
who's high?
All right, it's okay. I can live with the Giants.
All right.
Oh, dude, you weren't gonna go there, were you?
New England's not really in the UK, is it? Is New England part of Brexit?
No, but just growing up there, I always kind of thought again like it was like weird that you always felt like the good weed was in Cali or in Florida and all these other places. When I would go to those places, I'd search high and low. But I always had like good import weed in Rhode Island because it was near Narragansett Bay, and I'd get that tie that you loved back in the '90s, and I'd get I remember getting like certain things that I don't. Nowadays, it's like fucking a totally different world. But back then, it was like everybody had a bunch of like lobster traps that are all nice and new, never really used. A couple nice cars. You'd be like, whoa, but never knew it as I was growing up. We took it like after the fact. I was like, oh, that was a good spot, you know.
Mm-hmm. Certainly was. Certainly was. We got it done.
So you're, because a lot of people think you're in Maine. Most people I talk to, they go, "Oh, that place is from Maine." But you guys source from anywhere else, or you just produce it?
No, it's our farm, and you know what? That's we spend a lot of time in Maine, so it wouldn't surprise me. Do a lot of cross promotions with the Coast of Maine guys.
I was going to ask about that. I actually bought a couple of bags of that because I was like, and just recently, and I thought that's like kind of. I felt like, oh, it's all this because I just looked at it. It was like, oh, lobster. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's
my plants want some lobster.
Mm-hmm. Nice natural soil. They we partner well together.
Did you bring any lobster with you?
Even plants aren't vegan.
They aren't. No, they definitely aren't. I mean, that was the thing. Is like back in the day, it was like burying a fucking fish at the bottom of your plant.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever plant.
Fish heads.
It makes it always works. So. A little stinky. What's that? What's going on?
We're the worst kind of people.
Are we shit?
Oh, Mark's blowing his nose. He didn't want to get it on camera, and now he's totally on camera.
Well, we heard him.
Are you
filming
him,
right? I mean,
uh-oh. Wow. Who shared a bong with Mark tonight?
Yeah, we're all going down.
Yeah, that's
it. You haven't been to China, have you?
We've
been to Wuhan.
We just came back from the Wuhan convention. We went to that Wuhan convention. Wuhan hemp.
No. Yeah. There was actually just a cannabis thing in Hong Kong last weekend. So there are some people who went for the industry who were in China.
Crossing
over.
Yeah,
there's like fucking 2 people.
No, like at least 4.
They smoked a joint.
No, I don't think they did. That would be the wrong thing to do there. I would not.
Oh, no, you can't?
In China?
Well, Hong Kong, it's a little bit
looser.
No?
I don't think we can. I think you would need to be a local and under protection of the tongue.
We all figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Weed is expensive in China.
I brought hash.
I bet it is. They don't take that shit lightly.
Nobody really cared. I was like,
yeah, I'd like to, Rick. I'm not going to go through that machine.
No Wuhan cookies. No Shenzhen sniffles.
Wuhan cookies.
That's a new thing.
Wuhan gelato.
Kung Pao Kush.
Who do you retail through in Pennsylvania?
PA Hydroponics, HTG. Yeah, HTG. We got a bunch of folks out there. Yep.
And then you think you're going to outgrow yours? That's the biggest problem with a lot of products when they're this good. And your expansion must be pretty great. So you think, how much do you think you're going to be able to handle next?
When we realized
how much shit you got, man.
When we did our original build out, we kind of built out knowing that. Well, we kind of planned on expansion, so it was almost like I don't know, building out a grow space, right? You use a small pot first and you grow into it. That's the mentality I kind of used, and we put on way more tanks early on than we ever needed. Right. So we're still firing up and have the ability to just keep ramping up production to keep up.
So that's cool.
Yeah, as we saw it in the future, we kind of saw it just going like this and just kept adding, more tanks of fish.
Right.
More barrels.
And do you have any kind of like, because I think always keeping a lot of, any kind of animal around like that, a lot of it, do you move through them quickly and sell them off?
No, we don't sell them. Listen, we have tilapia. They're huge. They're huge.
Do you name them?
Huh?
Do you name them?
No, we don't name them.
Oh, okay.
We don't name them.
And how many per tank you saying?
There's quite a few. Quite a few.
A whole bunch.
There's a lot.
But yeah,
he doesn't want to say he doesn't want the fish and game to come in and find out there's...
In the beginning, Dave used to, he'd take them home and eat them. He's like, "Do I want?" Like, nope, not
each
eating
fish
them.
is in like a little
It was like pets to me, right? Because no fish are hurt.
Are they free-range fish?
They just swim around. They swim around.
Each fish is in a little cage with a hose hooked up to its asshole.
Looks like a scene in The Matrix.
Just the fish's head's in the water. It's all emaciated and dry. Why do they want my shit? What are you doing with my shit? Stop it.
They got a good life. We have breeding tanks. We put PVC down there for them to breed. We have our own breeding program, so they're happy fish. They eat a lot. We keep it warm to encourage eating and pooping.
We put PVC down there for them to breed and not explain
that.
What the fuck does that even do?
It's a place for the fish to hide and do their business. So they hold the fish in their mouth.
They don't like fucking in front of people, dude.
Yeah. Well, you put them. You just kind of give them their own little PVC hotels. You know,
They don't wanna
It's a little
fuck on
motel for
camera.
fish.
The fish are
shy.
like, yo.
Yeah, it's just
They
places
already
for them to
take
hide
all
and
of
do
our
their
fucking
business, but
poop. Can
you
we at
see,
least
they
fuck in a
take 'em out of the
PVC
water,
pipe?
they have their
Can we
eggs
at
will be in
least
their
fuck in a
mouth.
PVC pipe
They're
so
mouth
you can
breathers.
steal our kids and their poop too?
Do you play them Barry White?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
of
What was
course.
the topic of the show?
Fuck yeah.
Posters of
More
Daryl
sound
Hannah up
effects.
from Splash.
Save that. Mark that.
Barry White
Metadata.
underwater.
Yeah, we have posters of Daryl Hannah
It's
from
not
Splash.
gonna sound
up
like
there.
Barry White. Fucking underwater. Come on.
No, Daryl Hannah was a mermaid.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Get some going. It's a little weird.
Oh, you have
And
the
Daryl
Hannah
Strawberry was
string.
a
I'm here all week.
cokehead.
Yeah.
So I saw the prices are pretty expensive on the shit.
Yeah, they're up there.
It's not. It ain't cheap. Right?
But you know what?
But it's concentrated, right? So I mean, you get
Yeah,
your money's
super
worth.
concentrated, and it's tough. We're not made in a laboratory, right? We're in an we're in a greenhouse, in a all natural setting, all natural light, all natural imports. It's not quite like just mixing up a batch of nutrients. You know, it's
course.
all natural, living, breathing. So
And what's the shelf life on it?
we're I've seen 18, 19 months. It goes.
Opened or like just or.
Well, once you open it, it's going to let air back into it, so it's
Yeah.
going to stay alive.
and,
we have-
and they have valves on the top. for
Yeah, those
travel.
caps was that like early on. That was one of our biggest problems was figuring out what the right capping system was. 'Cause we had like little shit missiles. You know, the stores would shut their air condition off at night, and that temperature goes up
swell
10,
up.
15 degrees. They start eating and getting all we leave a little residual in there to so they stay alive.
Yeah.
And
And now you have the. But then you put
that
valves.
cap, yeah. So anyway, we developed that two-way cap, and we went through like 3 or 4 different variations of the cap till we found the one that worked just right.
Yeah, because I went by a shop the other day and I was checking it out and I picked it up and I was like, oh, we got a drop. Huh? What's going on? And then I noticed the hole and I was like,
Yep.
okay, that's made to do that, I guess, at some point. Because
Yeah.
at first I was like, oh shit, your shit's leaking over here, bro.
No, we'll leak. Well, that was one of the original problems. Like we had leaking caps because we
Yeah.
tried one different kind of membrane and that didn't work, and then one would clog. But we worked all the kinks out, and now that cap was the biggest pain in my ass you can imagine.
And so after you open it up, it's going to be like maybe a couple months after that, or
Oh
you
no!
should use it-
Well, so best use,
Mhm.
I'd say within a year. Right, it's going to stay active and alive for you. There's enough residual food and the ability to pull oxygen in through that cap.
And obviously temperature affects it, like you said, because at night. when it moves-
If
Yeah,
you don't use a bottle of it in a year, you're not doing it right.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
clearly, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's.
you suck.
Amen.
Yeah, I know you suck. Or you buy too much. Sometimes people buy. So
Yeah,
like, how much
But
is like
still,
5 gallons of it?
it's a
let's
big
say?
ass fucking jug. You're still gonna use it
5
within a year.
gallons. We go by liters, so we sell in liters. So
That'll be 20 liters.
20 liters is, I think,
No. He said-
MSRP
he said
is 10
liters.
10, 20. 20 liters?
No. Liters.
Liters.
Yeah, liters.
There's an
Liters.
R.
He was here. Liters. He wanted to say like a from Rhode Island.
He's from Rhode Island. You
yeah.
gotta allow him. He packs his car.
We do park the car.
Yeah, pack your car.
No, park the car.
You park the car.
Park the car.
Park the car.
That you're doing more Massachusetts than Rhode Island. It's a
Massachusetts.
little different. He
Yeah,
knows.
it's a little bit
Can you pick it
different.
out?
Oh, yeah, I hear it.
I can
Of
pick
course.
somebody out from any
you
part
know-
of the Northeast.
Well, it's funny because we had one of our sponsors on the show for a long time was Ron Wallace, So
Mm-hmm.
and he'd call in. You must have been doing stuff with him at some point, right?
No.
You don't. My gosh.
Maybe I should be.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
He grows all the world's record pumpkins in Rhode Island. So he's
Oh yeah. You know what? There was one of.
How can you not be working with him?
You know
I
what?
figured
Those
that'd be-
guys are so
That's our boy.
secretive. They're worse than cannabis folks when it comes to.
Well, we-
listen,
yes, you're
when
right,
I had a
you're right.
hydroponic shop for a little while, and we used to have pumpkin growers that would
What
come
do you
in.
mean worse than cannabis folks?
Dude, they're with their secret recipes and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait,
Dude,
no
they're
secret fucking
I know,
recipe.
I know exactly. But these guys, right? They'll go to different shops. No, they'll go to different shops and pick up different shit at different shops.
Yes, you
so
don't-
you don't see what they're buying in. They put some
Yeah.
stuff they won't use. They'll throw you.
Sure.
They'll buy 3 or 4 things they're not using.
They don't want anybody to know the recipe.
No.
Yeah. See, he
Those
knows
are
more.
big pumpkins.
He knows more because that's how we got in touch with Ron in the first place. Because we have a guy who listens to the show a lot, and he was a weed guy who had to like slow it down in the weed world because he went back to the East Coast. He was in Connecticut, totally not like great place to grow weed. So he started getting into pumpkins, and he was like took his weed passion, put it towards pumpkins, and all of a sudden he was getting close to the record, and he was hitting blowing people's minds. But I looked at his recipe, and it was like, holy fuck, dude, you just spent like $10,000 if you walked into a store and bought all this gear. Like, it was just going on and on. I remember I showed you my phone. I like keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I'm like, the fuck is this guy doing?
What you're talking about is a very real thing. There's a greenhouse that's like 10 minutes away from me, and the guy has the world record for the largest pumpkin. It's like 1,280 pounds.
Cam, if you're listening, call in.
They're over $2,000. They're over $2,000 now. Like this last year was 2,028 or something bullshit. Right?
Yeah, they put them on reinforced pallets.
Yeah.
In order to have to pick them up.
And Rhode Island's in a really nice spot though for that, because that's why he does really well, because they get like an extra 2 weeks sometimes just because of the little nook that it's in, like compared to everywhere around it. They get a little extra week or two.
It's the pumpkin capital of the planet.
Well, it is for the.
This guy's got like
records.
a cult following.
Yeah.
No,
he's like a legend.
He introduced me to one of his pumpkin growing friends. They tried to get
they're like big. They're like the size of this setup here. That's how big they are. They're big.
Yeah. So you need to we'll link you up with Ron anyway.
All right, that'd be cool.
And Ron, after I was like, what?
Fish shit pumpkin.
You gotta get it in there.
2,500 pounds.
Yeah.
Bam.
Holy shit.
Oh, great! It'll be rich. We'll have like basic ass like blonde chicks with fucking pumpkin spice this shit.
We'll make pumpkin pie.
Can you eat those pumpkins when you're done?
Spice.
Okay, because that like vibe. No, I bet it tastes like
it.
shit, right? There's no flavor.
the same thing. He said no.
What?
If we can eat the pumpkins after.
Oh, they're horrible. No, they're horrible.
Yeah, no flavor, just big old.
They feed them to elephants and shit, and do these big videos with them crushing them.
I thought the same thing. I was like, man, that's so many pumpkin.
It's a lot of pumpkin pie, right?
Right, so like, yeah, he might spend all this money, but fuck, he could sell it at food stands and sell his pumpkin seeds and do all this shit. But nah, you can't. Apparently, it tastes like shit.
Purely a hobby. Yeah. Good for him.
No, Rhode Island legend. I came off the plane. When you get off the plane, if you're coming into Providence, as you come down the thing, boom, he's up there on the fucking wall. You're like, hey, it's my boy right there. Hey. So I think you can still get the Dunn deal from him if you hit him up for it. So we'll get the. We're gonna get.
Does he sell his seeds? He sells his seeds.
He does.
Right?
Does he really?
And they're
They're
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah. Well, like
What's expensive?
$50 each, up to like up to 1,000 or so. Freaking, I don't know. He's doing.
The dude gave me cuttings this last year of his world record one. I have those up in Michigan.
Well, get on it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna give him a run. I'm gonna do.
Cross that
I
with
have,
your
I have like
Thai
a shaded
face-off.
area behind my
Face-off
garden.
Thai
I'm gonna give him a
pumpkin
run
spice.
in there, and then I'm gonna plant 2 of them. I have like maybe like a 6 foot wide, 7 foot wide like trout stream, and I'm gonna plant them right on the end of that, so their roots go straight into the water. Because
fish are gonna shit all over it.
those things fucking love water. You cannot give those giant pumpkins. Like they use like 24-inch, like 2 foot fucking irrigation tubes underneath those pumpkins, and they just pump them with water.
Oh, yeah.
nonstop.
Oh, really?
You were saying
Yeah.
you
That's
how
can
they feed them?
physically see
Yeah.
it grow overnight. Like you
Yeah.
can go in the morning,
Well, you have
like, at
to
the
be.
end
Look
of the
how
day,
big it gets,
and then
right?
the next day you come out and be like,
I mean,
see
you
this
think about it,
happening
it's
here.
one
I planted
pumpkin on
them.
the whole
I
vine.
planted them
Yeah, no, I know.
like 30 yards behind my garden, and they crept all the way forward and like, yeah. Not good.
I bet there's
Yeah.
cool
They
time
go.
lapse stuff
Well,
on that.
well,
Right?
they go.
Time lapse pumpkin.
We're gonna need you to do
Their whole
sound
deal,
effects
I think it was
later on
1,000.
shout-outs.
There was a
I'll
little
just
over
record a
1,000.
bunch for you guys. You can soundboard it.
We will. A little over 1,000 square feet of vine per pumpkin. That's how they're doing it.
Holy moly.
Because they're like, so they're all cutting all
What,
the
do
other
they
ones.
weave it back and forth like that? Or?
They just get rid of all of them. They kill all the ones except for the ones they want to keep, and
Yeah.
then they all feed back to that one, and then it's just a
The great pumpkins.
It's ridiculous. You're like, how the fuck? And it's like, oh, no wonder. Like the whole thing is just a giant vine.
We're going to be releasing a whole bunch of Adam Dunn sound effects soon, whole reel.
with a whole
Yeah.
with his.
I haven't done a fish shit one for you yet. But
Yeah.
No, it's
the
coming.
Carter guy got a fucking good one.
He did.
The Carter guy got. That's it. He's
He got
he's
like
he's
In
right now.
hindsight, that was probably the highlight of my show.
We should have made him. We should have made him leave the carta here that was in the box, right? We'll grab one from him tomorrow. We'll grab one from him. He probably needs that for the rest of the
He
night.
needs it. Come on, now. Don't
Yeah.
steal his card. You got
He's
one.
only
No,
got-
we're going to get him sponsoring the show, and we'll at the very least, we need some atomizers.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it. Then we don't have to. Yeah, because then you can't say nothing for years.
Nope.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, you already
He's
trashed
totally gonna
Puffco,
listen to
that
the show
shit.
later
Yeah.
tonight and hear you guys talking, like plotting on how many cards they're gonna get from him. Be like, Fuck these guys. Giving it
We need at least 6. They need to be the crimson ones or the green
fucking
ones.
stupid guy will get all his fucking cartas and sock him up and fucking kiss his girlfriend too. Dunn, chill out, bro.
Wow, you do everybody's voice. Go ahead. Keep going.
He's good.
Yeah, all right. How do you do the fish shit, though?
Yeah,
What's a fish
I-
shit sound?
I gave y'all a fucking grade A mental picture of like a emaciated dried fish with a hose in its asshole.
Yeah,
He did.
It's like
That's
I
right.
love that Matrix.
That's a Matrix
thing, man.
fish.
Yeah,
I like it too.
Kind of was like some
need to do
gig
that.
air background. You
that's
know
your
what I
next
mean?
marketing thing. That's how potent your fish shit is. We Matrix them out.
No, just in general, you just need to do it just to get people freaking out. Like,
Yeah. Do they really do that to the tilapia up in Rhode Island?
That whole
you hear
diaper,
what
that
they
whole
do to
diaper
tilapia
shit,
in Rhode
I
Island?
get people believing that all the time. Proprietary diaper system. At least once a show, I give this whole explanation how the fish come in the tube, it hooks into the scales, someone's ringing on the other end. People are like, really? Diapers? I would have never thought. Yep.
It's like cows come in and they know when they need to get milk, so the fish needs to. They line up.
Gotta empty
just
it.
to shit.
Did you see that fish cannon thing that they were launching the fish up the tube thing? It was like 6 months ago or something like that. It was
Oh, to help like salmon get
Yeah.
up? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
you need a fucking-
called
They can
a
help some
fish
spawn.
fish
So they don't gotta
ladder,
do it
right?
again.
You need one just for fun. Just
No,
to,
it's
like,
not like
move
a.
around-
Did
move
not
around.
jumping up. They go up like an
Yeah.
It's called a
actual
fish
tube.
ladder.
Oh, it's still a fish ladder? No, I think the fish ladder is the.
They have them up in Seattle.
It just
Isn't
like,
that
it
gonna-
goes in and it shoots.
Isn't that gonna hurt?
It's like a fish cannon.
It's gonna kill some of the bears,
No,
man.
they gotta make it up. The water comes against them.
No, I
What about the
But they have a
bears,
fish
man, that
cannon.
need the salmon? What about the bears,
No.
man?
Well, they can
Fuck
wait at the
the
other end of the
bears.
They
fish
didn't
cannon.
think about the
Holy
bears when they
shit.
put the salmon.
No, they
things in.
just had a situation. I think because of the water levels coming down so much, they knew they couldn't.
Where is this?
I don't know, Canada. It sounds like a Canadian thing.
Someplace where the
Fucking
fish.
Canada.
Just look up fish cannon. It's out there. Fish
All right.
cannon. Look it up.
We're googling it right now.
Google.
Mark's on it. The whole
Can I
staff.
Google- can I-
Adam Dunn research team.
Oh yeah, they're
Get
looking-
on it.
They're going off.
Get
right
Team
now.
Money in here. He'll order a fish can in like 2 minutes.
Well, we
He'll
have a
find
whole
one.
bunch of interns out
Get
there.
Impo at the Indo Expo tomorrow, shooting fish out of a cannon at people. Fish shit! Poof! Wow!
That's it. That would be the shit.
Marketing
Literally.
right there, bro.
Yep.
Instead of T-shirts, we fly a live fish.
Lawsuits and marketing all at the same time would be great.
I cover it all.
Full spectrum.
Judge, jury, lawyer, liability.
Oh, we can't get liability on this show now. That's forget it. Insurance is way through the roof.
Is there any other products coming down the pipeline though? Literally.
We got a couple in the works. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Whale shit?
a year from now.
No, but I don't know.
Duck dicks.
Hopefully by the end of this year, you'll see at least one, maybe two products hit the market. We're gonna start sampling, so keep your eye out.
Gwyneth Paltrow pussies.
How did you know?
Concentrated Paltrow pussy.
Oh, goodness gracious.
How did she come up with that idea?
Is she? I heard it on Howard Stern show today. She walked into the room while they were making the candle, and she goes, "That smells like my vagina," and that was it. And they put it on there, and now they can sell it for, instead of $5 a candle, it's $80 a candle.
Wait. They sell a candle that.
That's the name of the. That's the
I thought
scent.
we were talking about like her steaming.
It's 2020. That surprises you.
Her website Goop, she sold out of candles called "This Smells Like Gwyneth Paltrow's Vagina."
No, it smells
Like,
like
that smells like
Smells
my
like my
vagina.
Yes.
That,
get it
that
right.
candle smells like my vagina. That's not a candle. It's a fucking.
That's your vagina, and it's an
That's a red
offensive
Solo
odor.
cup full of fucking flat soda that's had cigarettes put out every week.
Now Gwyneth Paltrow is never going to sponsor the show. I was this close to landing her.
ruined that one. You ruined
Oh man, fuck that up now. Don't say anything about anybody else I'm trying to get to sponsor the show.
That's every, and that's a good segue to get. We're gonna get into our sponsors, and I want to thank everybody for coming through because we're down to pretty much we're getting down to there, right?
Crushed it.
Crushing it, yeah.
Maybe talking to a new sponsor
started a
here
little
now.
late,
You
but-
never
You
know.
never know. You never
How
know.
things work.
Hey, we'll see
People
how-
start calling up, say they want the done deal on some fish shit, and
Well,
you'll
that's-
be like,
yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
Definitely have to get
that's
involved.
how it works around here. People usually, they help us out and usually use the discount, but a lot of times they don't because people are very.
Well,
stoned.
we're going to set up a portal where they could do it on our site. It would link to your site. But these are the most opinionated growers ever. If you can
He's
get,
here. Most of
yeah,
the most
I mean they're
ones
right
here.
in the room
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, they're
If
here.
they say
Normally
it
they're
works,
there, now they're here.
then that's like the seal of approval from like the Jedi community. So
I appreciate
mean,
that.
Well, he just said
I literally won 4 cannabis cups by myself. I'm not a giant company or nothing. I don't spend.
You're just good at what you do.
$100,000 on boots. You know what I mean?
Well, it
I
makes me
just-
happy
I
that you
grow
like
dank
it.
ass herb. You know what I mean? If it works,
It works, right?
Yeah.
He's got a whole bunch in plastic bags if you want to smell it right now.
Oh yeah.
You know, if I-
This is done with fish yet?
No. I just tried it for the first time. I just
Oh,
applied
oh,
it.
I got
But literally a couple days ago, which is awesome.
GMO pure Thai face off.
Coincidental, just like the 14ers. How good is that?
Poison
All right.
OG, poison OG.
No, that was pretty cool that the
Chris,
kid
one more time,
walked
what was
in
that?
with 2 14er fire strains right there, the Truth and Mac, and didn't even plan it.
Didn't even plan it.
Nope.
Nothing. Kid would have fucked it up if we planned it. That would have been.
Shout outs.
Yes, let's do it.
Alrighty.
Shout out to New Millennium.
Nice, I like that.
Give the mic over
New
there.
Millennium.
New Millennium. We got an
Can't
in-house.
stop crunching
We got
over
an
there.
in-house user.
Yeah, definitely shout out to New Millennium. Dude.
They crush it.
We've gotten 3.6 pounds a light of finished flour from garlic cookies with New Millennium.
Really?
Wow.
It's craziness.
Wow.
My averages for the last 4 months are 2.3 pounds a light, and that's just a finished flour. That doesn't include anything I
It's
sent
like
to
a
the lab.
34%
But yeah, no, we
increase.
had a table. We had a 29-foot by 4-foot wide bench do 23 pounds.
Well, now you got to do a sample side by side with some fish shit, and we'll add it to
No,
the
it's,
fish shit.
well, and it's
Yeah,
actually funny you say
100%.
that.
We got some cool testing with side by sides.
So we actually in the facility I'm running right now, we actually just built out 6 56 light flower rooms, and our goal is to be running, different, basically 2 or 3 strains per room. So we want to be able to do a couple rooms where we try.
Are you
one
still
thing.
running New Millennium? I'd
yeah.
love to.
Yeah.
Let's connect and
Yeah, definitely.
get you some
Yeah, we run
product
New
out.
Millennium and we run some a bunch of the Chematech products, the Bombardier and stuff like that, and then I run
That
good
stuff's so
old-fashioned-
heavy. That stuff's so heavy, right? Like
It is,
the
but
bottom.
I mean, it mixes all right. And
Well,
that's
let's not
we-
glance over 3.6 pounds a lamp.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Up from 2.5, you said?
Yeah,
That's
and that's just garlic cookies. There's other strain. If I'm growing like black cherry Maduro, I don't get those kinds of numbers. But garlic cookies, motor breath.
Change it to New Millennium cookies.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, that stuff. I mean, I've used a lot of nutrients over the years. I was definitely a huge canna user for years. I've been growing 24 years, so I started on General Hydro. Just like everybody else.
Everybody.
And so, but it's funny because I've definitely
Everybody.
tried a lot of stuff, and now. I mean, to be fair, I think the facility has a big part to do with that as well. Having a facility that you can really run the plants hard makes a big difference. But I've never seen numbers like I've seen with New Millennium. And I mean, we're in a state where we have terpene testing, that's mandatory as well. My last batch of flour overall was 2.5% terps on almost everything. The Texas Shoreline that I have, we got 4.8% terps out of flour.
I think New Millennium's going to want you to cut some sound bites for them.
I mean,
'cause
look,
that's
I'm good friends with those guys at this point. I started using that stuff because of Tierra Rojo, and luckily, I work for a corporate cannabis company that hasn't forced me to cut a lot of corners. You know what I mean? So, and that's that's something to be said for the people that employ me as well, because a lot of people are looking to cut corners when realistically, I was just doing the math the other day. For me to grow my plants from start to finish, it's maybe $30 a plant in nutrients. It's not that much.
It's not.
It really isn't.
No.
So to ask me to shave $5 when you have I mean, the thing is, and when you look at the market, in Illinois, they just there's 100 craft licenses. So there's going to be craft cannabis, and using products like this, it's not going to go away. There's plenty of people who are going to use jacks and grow mids, and there's plenty of people who are going to who are going to grow
Plenty. Of
plenty,
those
and that's
people.
fine. And that's fine.
98%.
That's completely okay. But I think the one thing I say this to people all the time. The one thing about cannabis is, when you look at a bottle of wine costs you $5, costs you $5,000. You know what I mean? It doesn't, and it's the same size bottle of wine. The craziest cannabis in the world. They just had the cookies released in Maryland. $65 an eighth, maybe $70, but it's not $5,000. So like the thing that's nice about cannabis is people of like a normal class can go and buy the best, And that's a different market where if you use the right products, you can grow the best cannabis that people want to smoke, you know?
Mm-hmm.
People come back for weed that tastes good. It's just that
Absolutely.
simple. You know, if it could look great, if it doesn't taste good, people aren't coming back.
That-
But if it tastes amazing, people are coming back. And they're standing in a line, and they're like, I want it, you know?
That's the problem with like 90% of companies these days. They got 10 million one-time buyers.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, in Maryland,
that
we-
does nothing for longevity as a company.
In Maryland, we definitely have a following, and he'll be the first one to tell you. In Pennsylvania, we have a following. Like, and the
No,
other,
I know you grow good herb on a large
Yep.
scale at that. You know what I mean? I know that. And
hopefully there's
growing,
more companies
growing
like
with
that.
a nutrient company just shows that you're actually trying. You know what I mean? As opposed to just going all out and using ag salts. And,
oh yeah,
you know,
definitely.
I produce these 1,000 pounds on a quarter's worth of nutrients. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, and it's fucking going for like hamster
It tastes
food,
like
right?
cardboard, you know?
Yeah, hamster food, you know? Like,
But remember, we are the scouts before the pioneers, before the Wild West, in an industry that really has been around for a blink. You know, so give it time, and it will grow into something where there will be the ability to grow that same strain in New York, grown to those exacting specifications as you would in California, as you would in Michigan, and when you crack that can open
it
and
all
it says what
sucks
brand that is,
before.
no, it should be good.
Bud Light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see.
it should be good.
All right, we're going to round this up.
All right.
New
New Millennium.
Nutrients.com. Check them out. Listen to Gabe. Listen to all the people here who actually fucking grow weed. And now you go like, okay, maybe we should do this. No, it's great. It's great. And you can also start with just like the Ruby. That's an awesome
Yeah, the
product.
basics, man.
Like the couple things. You don't have to go crazy.
I mean, the best products, and especially for the basement growers, the Decision,
Right.
because the Decision, it really it flushes the nutrients out and it really stops those plants from stretching, which is really really nice. And the Winter Frost, man, the Winter Frost. If you just use it the last 5 days before you start flushing, amazing product.
That's exactly. That's exactly. And then I say that Ruby in between, just when you want to like
Yep.
fucking just feed them something, but
It's
not
a great fulvic acid.
Yeah, just do it on its own. It's like you even do that. That's nice. You don't have to add it to nothing. Or you go to Incredibles Edibles.
I love Incredibles.com.
yeah, Incredibles Edibles, most consistent ever. You know, our peeps from the beginning. Check them out online. If you go to their website and check out the store finder and all that bullshit, and you can kind of figure out. If you're in Colorado, you'll be able to find them anywhere. They're moving around. Are they in any of back in Pennsylvania or any of those places, or no?
No,
Not yet.
Nah, they're still I mean, we're not going to have edibles in Maryland for another 6 months.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. But Nevada, yes.
Yes, Nevada, yes. I think California.
Yes. So that's it. Keep an eye out for all that. Most consistent, make their own product, grow their own product. That's the most important part. Know what you're putting into your shit. You know what you're getting out of it. It's the basic formula of cannabis, right? Quality in, quality out.
Consistent dosage. That's a huge selling point.
I thought our next sponsor was going to be around, but I know he's going to be at the show. Buildasoil.com.
They're at the show.
Of course, they're at the show.
Yeah.
It's funny when they're always in this weird corner, and like somehow I miss them the whole show, and at the very last minute I go, "Yo, what's going on? You been here the whole time?" As I do like 3 years in a row. I was
You
like,
give them the big goodbye?
I
You
just-
ignore them the whole time and then the big goodbye at the end?
They're just in this weird corner all the time, and I never go that way.
yeah, that shit on purpose.
Yeah, it's the big goodbye.
No.
Yeah, it's a Larry David thing.
Jeremy is the man. But buildasoil.com, best place. I'm sure they must have your shit there, right? They must. You guys work with them?
No.
Come on. Oh my God, done deals are going all around. Anyway, they'll be at the show. Check them out. They have the best inputs and soil. You can get anything custom blended. You talk to Jeremy, he knows what's up. So you're like, everyone grows weed. It's the same situation. So it's like from the ground up. It's not like, oh, and you can grow cannabis with it. You can spray it to the last
On
day.
your tomatoes.
You can spray it until the last day. We don't give a fuck. No, these guys are all on point. No till. Basically rhizosphere orientated stuff, and soils and like anything you need. So you go to buildasoil.com or you go to 855-877-SOIL. Contact them. You get the done deal on the checkout. Definitely worth it. Free shipping also inside Colorado and New Mexico.
$500 order though.
Yeah, you gotta order a few things.
Mention the done deal though.
Dying. Okay, next one. He's dying over there. Come on, you can do it.
Green Farms. No, wait. Green Farms Feed and Seed. No, greenfarmsmed.com.
Yeah, see, he's almost
Greenfarmsmed.com.
he's almost as good as you. At
You
naming
guys
all
are
the
all
things.
cut. You're no longer smoking my weed before a fucking.
No. To our
During the
defense, they
entire
changed the
show.
name of that recently.
Yeah, they fucked us up.
And they have
We're bad.
They have a medical dispensary in Colorado Springs, and I've been following them on Instagram, and it looks.
Well, the thing is, it's all grown no-tills. There's crystals in there and shit, bro.
No, they do. They have natural, and I'm looking at all the natural predators they're putting on their plants. I mean, it's a whole biosphere environment going on there.
It's a biosphere, bro, with the suits and everything. No, they're
They got the Epsteins and the Weinsteins and everything all over them plants.
They are doing all that, and they also do have Green Farm Feed and Seed, which is in Louisville. That's another company,
Right.
but that's basically if you need to buy almost half the products that are in fucking Build-A-Soil are there because he's one of their biggest customers.
We got to get your fish shit there on the shelves there.
And we gotta get the fish. See, we're making sales left and right.
Look at this.
Boom, boom, bang.
Done deal.
That's
You guys
how
are
it
good at
goes.
this, huh?
Got to mention the done deal.
Yeah, my buddy owns one of the larger grossing hydroponic shops. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Yeah, I got you.
Look at all these free shout outs.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yes. But
greenfarmsmed.com.
Wow, it's smooth.
greenfarmsmed.com.
Smooth as silk, my friend. Every time. But
I am not polished.
not at all. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Here you are. Do you remember this place? Can you remember that?
Come on. We talked about
Tresor.
him. Yeah.
Hey!
KSRBCN! Yay!
Yeah, baby.
Hey, there he is.
Do you know Tresor? You ever been to Barcelona Cannabis Club there?
Nope.
If you walk in the door, you mention the done deal, they waive the €30 entry fee, membership fee.
It's the best deal in town.
Yeah, best deal in town.
Yeah. You don't need it, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
I
you
need
do.
it.
Regular people
I
walking
need it.
in need to ask for the done
You
deal.
just say done deal when you go there.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Oh yeah, good people, good spot. Always, obviously weed, but also their artwork and stuff is on point. They got some of the best international artists coming through, dropping, doing all different walls. They have actually another space in the back. I hope it's going to be open for the Spanibus.
Well, won't be able. We're doing a show from back there.
Well, of course we are. We did one. We had 2 last year, I think, didn't we? 2, 1 or 2. What
Yeah,
did we do?
no, one with two,
3.
three.
We did 3. Jesus
I was only on
Three,
one
let's
of
do
them.
we did
4.
2 out of there and 1 out of the turf tower.
Yeah.
You guys want to do one from La Calada?
I'll do it
hell's
wherever
that?
there's internet.
I'm doing a
power.
seat.
Are they a sponsor of the show?
We can talk about it, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
then
really
there we
cool.
go. Then no problem.
I mean, no disrespect, but La Calada is like my home in Barcelona.
Then we will get them to
geez.
sponsor the
They're great
show.
Doing Spanish?
PD's going.
Yeah,
nuts
yeah.
right
Dude,
now.
I'm
PD's
like booking my
stamping on
flights
the-
tomorrow, dude.
I already booked it.
Oh,
I already
shit.
booked it.
When you go,
What I
go.
have not done yet is I haven't booked an Airbnb. If you guys want to get a crusher,
Well, I'm trying to get Eugene to come, so
let's
we're
do a
gonna
crusher.
throw
Let's
down.
do a big one.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do a
Well, we'll
big
get
one.
the fish shit guys to come out and buy a big, 10-bedroom Barcelona house, and we'll help them
Sounds like a
get everything going.
paid for it with fish shit.
Paid for by tilapia
Powered by
shit.
poop. Yeah.
Powered by poop.
Sounds like a plan. No, but it definitely, Barcelona this year is going to be off the chain. So if you're there, swing through the Treasure and obviously get the done deal.
And as regarding Spanibus, for those of you, High Times did not buy Spanibus. They are still running the event themselves. It is not going to get fucked up. It is. It's
for the last time. For the last time. Hopefully.
Sorry
It's
to
a
interrupt,
great
but somebody
episode.
said he feeds water only in no-till soil and pulls 2 grams per watt.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Hey, that's okay. Well,
All right. That's
if
shit.
What's his name? Captain Big Dick.
Hey, no, he's a fan of the show, man.
He's
If
slinging
that's
it
what he-
out, bro.
That's what he says he gets, though, man. Go. Why don't you say, "Can I come to your grow
Can
room?
I
I'd
come
love
to your
see
grow
that."
and see your? I'd love to see
Yeah.
that.
There you go.
Fish it.
Yeah. Fish it. And next,
And next we have extractcraft.
extractcraft.com.
Tabletop extraction built here in Colorado. Super simple. Guys are actually pulling out some pretty interesting product, and there's a whole other side of it, non-cannabis, which is one of those things where if you're able to extract all different kinds of plants, and you don't need to fucking run it through a gigantic thing with columns and go crazy. Sit at the home.
I tried the source, which is the evaporative part of the extract craft mechanism. They have the extraction side with a little bit of solvent. I think they use like isopropyl. and then or you can get like even like grain alcohol.
No, yes. Well, that was
But
our.
the evaporative part is great. Like you said, it's tabletop. It plugs in. It's like 6 inches by 8 inches, and you can do, like you were saying, all types of botanical oils. It's like a make your own tincture. If you have a little flour, a bunch of other oils, and you have a base that you can put it in, you can just use that machine to extract all the oils, extract the cannabinoids.
Look at you go. Look at
It's
you
a good
go.
machine.
Look at you go.
They've been working on that for a long time. I remember using that like 4
Yeah,
years ago.
They came on the show with the source.
Say tincture again.
Tincture.
Fish it.
From Philly.
Fish it.
They're not giving this guy a hard time about his accent. Why do I get torn up about it?
Because you're from Philly. That's fine. Of course. Rhode Island. I grew up there. I'm the only. Yeah, it's like it's one of those when I meet friends like in Amsterdam when I met my one friend Victor, who used to own the church house in Providence.
Yep.
He came from there to Amsterdam, walked into the Hash Museum, and he was just like, he had that super gravelly voice from Rhode Island. I'm like, where the fuck are you from? He's like, I'm from Rhode Island. Well, actually, I'm from Seekonk, but, you know, like, one of those guys. And then, yeah, I was like, dude, you better come. And he had like 20 grand in his pocket, so I was like, you probably should come with me. I don't think you want to be walking around Amsterdam with 20 grand in your pocket, because he was just like, fuck it, I'm out of America.
Come with me. We're going to go over here.
Oh, yeah. I was like, come to my house. No, just come with me. No, I just
See those purple lights over there?
But that Rhode Island accent
That'll done show you something.
is like I've sat around with him many times and had other people just stand around and just like, what the fuck is he saying right now? And I'd be like, you don't speak Rhode Island.
Yeah, I have to turn it off sometimes. I can lay it on thick.
That's awesome.
Extractcraft.com.
And as you were saying, you can use grain alcohol. This is the product that we also work with with those guys, and they're friends of each other. And they're here in Colorado. They produce super clean grain alcohol that's made like with the specific end use of making extracts for it. So you can go, and it's like $40 a
I'm sure they'll be there tomorrow too.
Oh, they'll be hanging out. So you can get the Dunn deal with them.
How much is it a bottle?
$40.
But you get the done deal, so you get a little discount.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Get in touch with them at 420extractor.com, right? That's it. Well,
420extractor.com.
Get it right. Get it
Don't
right.
even try it, right? He's trying to get on it now. I see what's up.
And
Fish shit.
Fishshit.com.
Oh,
14er, baby.
Oh shit! Look at this. We already doubled down on the 14er because they obviously are.
We didn't even plan it that way, though.
Didn't plan it this way.
And next sponsor, White Man Laying in the Snow.
No, that's 14er. That's showing you can climb top of the mountain there.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Flour, concentrate, live. They have a whole live rosin project going right.
What's that?
That's somebody's alarm that didn't turn it off.
Who is that?
That's the person sitting right next to you.
It was not a sneeze.
Oh, it's you?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
14er Manufacturing, live rosin, live resin. Everything they sell is flour they
raisins,
brew.
live raisins. Do they have
Rosin and resin.
Do they have raisins? That's all I want.
They do have raisins.
Okay.
No,
Live raisins are grapes, you dummy.
they do not sell anything they didn't grow.
It took you a second for that one. Fuck yeah, either.
I like it.
Oh, look who it is.
Wait
Can't
a
get the
second.
Look at that. Look at that guy right there. That's a good-looking face to put on a can of weed. That's a face for radio,
like a tuna
actually.
can or something like that.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Great flour. Landrace genetics started with the truth. It's a Jamaican landrace. Goes back a ways. They love it. It's right here. That's right. Med and Rec right now. Great prices. Fantastic quality.
Do they
Give 'em a try.
still grow with all 315s over at 14er?
Yep, double-ended 315s. It's called Sustainable Growth Technologies is their lighting company, and they're growing the fire. In fact, they'll make a major announcement about it. But the state of Colorado did energy audits on all the grows that were in Boulder County, and they came back at 450 watts per pound. 450 kilowatts per pound, which is the absolute lowest energy use in the industry. The average is 2,000 kilowatts per pound.
So those lights, were
That's
they...
a big, terrible number.
They're very energy efficient.
Were those...
450 is exactly a grand.
How are the flowers, though?
Come look. Fire.
Let me tell you
Fire.
right now, before you even look at these, where those lights that he's talking about originate from, I've ran those. They fucking slay it, dude.
Dude, the spectrum's a great spectrum.
They slay it, dude.
Grab a can of the truth or the Mac over there. This is their flagship strain right here.
This is grown with those 315s right here. Watch.
Oh, silence.
Yeah,
Silence.
that's the fire.
Silence
Silence is bad for radio.
Yeah, of course. It's terrible.
It's coming.
Get
It's
in
coming.
there. Jump in,
Everybody in
jump
the radio, look at the picture on my cell phone.
Yeah. No, but check them out. If you're in Boulder, go stop by. You can't get the Dunn deal there right now because Boulder doesn't allow discounting like that. But stop in, try their flower.
If you're in Boulder, you got enough money to afford it. Stop bullshit.
There you go. That's true, too.
They're 2800 Mapleton, right across the street from the YMCA ball fields.
I can't afford that gram of weed with my $500 North Face gloves.
What else we got? What else we got? What else?
It's 20 degrees out today, guys. Come on.
Zooming in. Oh,
Illuminar, #1 sponsor.
Number one. Whoop. Ding, 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 ding. Illuminar lighting.
I'm going to be running those next. I'm going to give them a run.
So you know that we give away a lamp at the end of every month. You got to go to their website.
Cool.
grab the
Well,
word of
I'm
the
like
day.
have to win every
50
month.
lamps short of my build out right now. So if you want to fast forward the end of the months and
Yeah, we'll do it in the next 4 years. Worth it. You're gonna win every
give you fucking
month
fellows a mafia
for
kind of
4
that
years
shit. Put
straight.
the fucking lights up. We'll fucking talk about it next weekend. Get over.
But you can. Obviously, you're talking to Scott.
All I
I'm
need is
sure.
one rip, dude. Fuck. Mama didn't raise no fool.
What do we get? What are we showing now? We're
I'll fucking
showing.
buy you
Picture
a car,
of weed.
too,
What do you
shit.
think it is? Of course it's weed.
Fuck, it's grown with the 315s
that's
you're
the
talking
shit
about.
right there. Oh, get
Oh.
that. Send that over to
Sugar pants. Come on now.
see if you can get that one up there. That's
It always puts out a lot of resin.
Tight, bro.
yeah.
That's the Cookie Monster, the cup winner. That actual piece of weed went into a pre-roll that I won second place in Michigan last summer. High times.
Oh, it looks very nice.
Very nice, frosty,
And we're still back into.
frosty. Illuminar.
I know.
It's okay. I'm just checking.
Ruined my shit
Illuminar.com.
here.
We fucked him up.
We do that. We tend to ruin shit. We got the kids in the room, so we can blame the kid. Kid, why did you ruin everything? Fuck. Yeah, Illuminar lighting though. These guys are covering all bases between LEDs, 315s, double endeds, vertical fucking double endeds, which are pretty awesome. So you can get all weird. Start going.
Yeah, sideways bulbs.
From the home grower to the commercial grow, when Mark when I were there, they were about to help lamp a 7,000 lamp facility. So they're
They got
broad
diagonal
spectrum.
lamps.
Yes, sir. But no. But in general, if you're here at
Different
the
applications.
Indo Expo, of course, swing
Stop by.
through and maybe they'll have some more of those lens covers. Those are pretty. They were pretty good, but they only worked with certain color. Like it didn't work as good as I would, depending on the amount of red light you had in them.
Maybe they'll just have ones with different filters on them.
They may. But go to illuminarlighting.com.
I can definitely come back on and
You just get the done deal.
call me. You can call me up in a couple months because I'm putting 10 of them up to run for my head smoke. So if they run good, there'll be 50 going up in my commercial.
There you go. So you're just like the walking
Good
to know.
for all the different things. You happen to use.
I
it for
am
shit.
literally
You happen to you're the
I
perfect.
have experience.
It's
I
amazing.
I do all this stuff that we're talking about, people.
Right. Well, you're the perfect.
You're not just a pretty face; you're an actual pot grower.
Definitely not a fucking pretty face, that's for sure.
And that's it for sponsors, right? We're done. Okay, we did it. We have
Made it
covered
through.
all bases. I want to thank obviously everybody that's in
Thank
the room.
Matt from Carta for coming in. We'd love to have you guys talk
Yeah,
about
we
sponsoring
will
the show.
tackle you. And
If you're coming out to the Indo Expo tomorrow, you find me and Adam Dunn. If you punch him in the nuts, you can pick any pack of seeds you want from me.
Oh shit!
Done deal, brother. Fish shit.
Wait, actually, it's 2 packs if you get it on video.
Yes. Yes.
It would better be on video. If it's not a video, it's like, come on now.
And say this is for Pinsky.
Oh.
That was kidding.
Wow, he had to wait for the end to say the name he did.
No,
Okay.
forget about that guy.
You know he's not listening this late in the show, though.
No.
He's probably riding his motorcycle, filming an Instagram, watching him ride.
Playing music.
Playing music, looking all douchey, and occasionally with somebody on the back.
Yeah, that's when he's coolest.
Yeah, but he did introduce us, so that's he gets that props. Then
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Best thing he's ever done.
Yeah, now you hate him now.
Yeah, now
He's
I
like
know.
fucking Pinsky.
Now I'm questioning everything.
Damn.
Questioning the universe.
And fish shit. Don't forget fish shit.
Of course.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you made it. It's like straight down, boom, straight to the next. Did you guys set up already, or what's your deal?
No, we decided to just drop everything off and then come here, so we didn't miss the show. We go back and
see that.
We don't have a tough.
Are you
setup.
going to
We
have
a
fish? Do you have bring fish with you,
No,
like
but
swimming?
We've toyed with the idea of bringing it to live.
That would have been great.
But like,
and then we
too
eat
much
it
of a pain in the
afterwards.
ass. No, fish are harmed in the making of this product.
Well,
bring them back home.
Yeah. You can't like do like
He's your
the old-
service
can't
fish. You took
wrap
like
him
one
up.
of the-
Yeah.
Where's the vest?
He's got a little orange diaper.
That's great.
You can bring him on as an emotional support animal.
Emotional support fish.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
There you go.
That would be the best.
We're waiting. Here we come on. No,
No.
no. You're just gonna let that one go.
If I were you, I'd have kicked the exit music on a long time ago.
Shout to the
I'd be
kid.
like, oh, we're done. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, the kid.
Thanks, kid, for coming through. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you,
for coming
Mr. The
through.
Kid.
Source Genetics, thank you. Keith for rolling through, even though he's on the other side of the room.
And Mark for running the board.
Mark running the board. And my beautiful wife, Cece, who's going to be with me tomorrow at the Indo. So if you guys are cruising around, just say hi, and we'll see you guys next week.
Are you going to be selling doggy things?
I don't know. Maybe on Sunday. I think I'm just because I have to do my old classic Adam Dunn show style, where we're just kind of like, oh, look at this empty booth. How did this happen?
Oh,
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
we'll take
And then
that.
we'll be there.
High time special.
Yes.
And how do you get?
You know it.
Like,
Hey.
You got a 20 by 20? I'm like, yeah.
We'll take it.
It's like, how much we make? I'm like, we.
You gonna have some Dunn Loud seeds tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, they'll be at the Seats Are Now booth, so check them out for. They have your stuff there too, or no? James?
Yeah, I have the full Pure Tie face-off line on me.
Cool.
Sweet.
And again,
All right.
punch down the
Thank
nuts, get
you.
a free pack of seeds. Done deal.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't punch him in the nuts.
So don't give
My
him the
kid-
seeds.
my kid
Just let him punch him in the nuts. Don't give him the seeds. You don't need no more kids.
Don't punch him in
My
the
kid
nuts.
would win that one because he's.
He doesn't even do it on purpose.
Oh, he does, 100%.
Kids are evil, dude.
Yeah.
I have
I'd be like, dude,
3,
not
I
the
know, don't
nuts.
you worry.
Anything but the nuts. That's like when your kid's up.
Uh-oh, he's getting the kill it.
I know.
Mark's like, I want to
Look
get
at-
the
look at-
fuck
look at-
out of here.
We're out of here.
just ready when you
Oh,
guys are ready.
geez, he's ready. He's got his hands crossed, ready to go.
See you guys next week.
Peace.
Practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own hidden.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing. We want you to smoke the natural herb. Some call it marijuana, some call it sensimedia, some call it lamb's bread, and some people call it ganja.